You are listening to The Decision Reel, brought to you by Bright Eyes Entertainment.
Well, hey, welcome to The Decision Reel, where we review movies of today and yesterday. We try and fail to review all these movies. This week, we're talking about a movie that I did never think that we would ever do on this podcast, The Score.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do that.
Whose choice was this? Because I was out last week. I knew it.
Right. So we're doing The Score this week with some hosts, which are me, which is Steve, and then we have Wally and Brent here today.
Hello.
Yeah, George died and got fired.
Maybe? I don't know. No, George said...
Not in that order, I guess?
No.
Wait, well, I guess maybe.
He'll be back next week. We'll bring him back. He'll resurrect and get hired again, but right now he's dead and fired.
We'll re-rack him and he'll be here.
Yep.
He'll be fine. Yeah, no, he said he wasn't feeling too good and he didn't want to watch the movie, I guess, so he's not here today.
Wait, what?
He was like, I don't have time to watch the movie. At like 12:30, he was like, I don't have time to watch the movie.
There's plenty of time left in the day, sir. You could have watched it. But hey, you know what? Who knows what he's doing?
Hey, it's fine. We got to give him a hard time. Yeah.
Yeah, if we didn't like
I watched it the other day. As soon as I picked it, I went home and watched it. I love this movie so much.
That's funny. That's good, though. I like it.
Did you pick this to get on George's nerves?
No, I picked it because we were on a streak of like buddy comedies there for a while.
Thank gosh.
And I was like, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Edward Norton Jr. is my favorite actor of all time. So, and this is one of my favorite movies of his.
So yeah, why not pick it? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so whatever. But before we get into this review, anybody out there, give us a like, give us a review, give us anything that you can just to help out this little show here.
Your lunch money.
I'll take your lunch money, whatever, you know.
Give you a swirly if you don't.
They got that buy me a coffee thing out there that people have on their site where you can just literally buy somebody a coffee and they give you like, $1 here or there. Whatnot.
You know what? That reminds me, that whole like paying it forward thing, that annoys the shit out of me. Because it's not paying it forward. If you can afford a coffee at fucking Starbucks, you're not paying it forward. I understand being nice.
Yeah.
But then you feel obligated to do it and you shouldn't have to.
You're talking about like if somebody in front of you buys your coffee and you're just like, I guess I'm going to buy the person behind me.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm just going, thanks for the coffee.
Thanks, bro.
Right. I saw the coffee spot next to me, they would buy it for like your EMS and your police officer.
Right. Well, okay,
like
but that's a little different.
I thought that was cool. But
every now and then if I'm at Dunkin' and there's like a hot chick behind me, I'll buy her shit.
Wow. That's
never going to see her again, but I want her to know. I want her to know.
You want it to be
right
for you.
For me.
I want her to know I bought that fucking coffee for you.
That kind of attractive chubby guy in the car in front of you. Want that shit, baby.
I like it. That's funny. We also have merch now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Throw that up on the screen. Ooh, look at that.
The Decision Club shirt just rules.
Yeah, it does. I'm a little proud of that one, but we got the Embrace the Cheese. We got some other shirts up there. If anybody wants to support us in any other way, that's how you do it. You can find it at www.thedecisionreel.com. Click on the store link, and it'll take you there, and you can find some nice shirts.
Every time I try to spell the word decision, I spell it wrong.
Me too.
I always get
the
first
S and C.
Yep, I always go
S and C,
and then it looks like decision.
The Decision Reel. And it's kind of funny coming back to this movie that we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
Montreal.
Yeah,
throughout the entire movie.
Was it a little bit of French?
Yeah.
You were. God damn it.
Yeah. Hold on. I would like to let everyone know that I missed a little bit of this, but then I watched it in spurts. So
spurts. You sure did watch it in spurts.
Little out of
3
context
spurts.
for certain things.
The spurts.
Yeah, but yeah.
Jesus
but I still got it. I still got it for the most part.
For the most part.
They were both watching it at the same time.
Yeah.
That position.
Yes. That's yeah. I like it. Anyways, if anybody's never seen the movie The Score, we're going to be talking about some spoilers in this, so obviously
I mean, the movie's 20 years old.
But look, there's people out there that haven't seen Star Wars, like my man's sitting right here.
No, I've seen the first, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
And then I think episode 2
of the new one. So the Attack of the Clones, the worst ones that they made.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
Whatever. But anyways,
I'd rather watch 4, 5, and 6, and then that's fine. But I still don't know. It's hard to follow.
Well, yeah, because they made the first 3 movies are 4, 5, and 6, and then
I'm just saying, like in general, 4, 5, and 6 are hard for me to follow.
Yeah, I think anybody would say that.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
I think George Lucas would say that.
Well, I mean,
I saw a thing the other day that said Harry Potter's the exact same thing, and then they broke it down, and I was like,
yeah,
oh, like between the three friends,
yeah,
in adversity,
yeah,
living with the aunt and uncle.
Yeah, and there's like you're trying to find your way.
The owl is Obi-Wan, like kind of deal, and like
a lot of weird stuff.
Well, not only that, but he's trying to find power. You know what I mean, and becoming something.
Wizard Yoda.
It's
it's
the same thing. Yeah. Who would Yoda be?
Probably Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what's kind of cool about this? The movie that we're about to talk about kind of ties into Star Wars and Yoda.
Really?
So?
We're going to get to that here.
I can't wait to tie the score to Star Wars. Score Wars.
Well, to start off, where we can watch this movie currently, if you have a subscription to HBO Max or Hulu, you can watch it on there. If you want to buy or rent it, it's Google Play, YouTube, Vudu, Amazon, Apple TV.
I HBO Maxed it.
Me too.
Yep. I thought about doing the old Hulu just because, I don't know why, and I was like, nah, HBO Max is where it's at today.
I don't know why Hulu sucks, but it does.
It does. I can never get the audio and video to line up. It's always a contour off.
Interesting. I've never had a problem with Hulu.
Yeah.
Never.
And their interface blows.
It's not one of those things that I can even explain why, if I'm being honest. I just don't watch it.
Color scheme sucks.
I just don't like it. I like neon green, so.
Go figure.
He does.
Yeah.
Black and green.
Black and green. Yeah, you got to do it. The plot of The Score.
Yes.
An aging thief hopes to retire and live off his ill-gotten wealth when a young kid convinces him into doing one last heist.
Yeah, yes and no. Edward Norton is definitely younger.
I don't think he's
he's
not a kid.
He's like an up and coming thief.
I would say a young man.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just another dude or another con man, well, what is he really in this movie if you think about it? He's not another same as Robert Downey Jr. Fucking Robert De Niro. He's not the same kind of crook as he is.
No.
Yeah, he's like young, immature.
But Robert De Niro's more like a stealthy cat burglar kind of guy.
Yeah. Right. So
super diligent.
Yeah.
Very. The most diligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the whole beginning of the movie really sets the stakes for what his character is.
Yeah.
He's trying to crack that safe, and I do like how there's really no music. You're hearing, everything that he's doing because, and you can see him, he stops when the music kind of stops in the background at that party to be like, all right, am I being too loud or whatever? And you're literally hearing everything that he's putting together. You're hearing it all clunky, and I like that.
That sweet-ass Hilty drill.
Right.
Getting through that safe.
Right. And then, obviously the people trying to do what Wally did while watching this movie at the same time.
Why did that guy get so mad that he couldn't wait like 5 seconds for her just to take a drag of that doobie? He's like, fine, smoke all the weed you want. And he like leaves the room like, dude, you were about to get laid. Let her get high. She's probably going to get freakier.
Hold on. I'm at the opposite of that. If some lady's like, that is her, she's prioritizing that. I'm like, you know what?
Nah,
bye.
No,
I'm out.
No. Yeah, no. I'm kind of with Wally here. If something's happening and she's like, "Hold on, I want to smoke," I'm gonna be like, "Oh."
I would probably smoke half of the J with her.
Well, okay, hold on. I want to shit. Boot killer.
Right? Well, yeah.
Taking a dump and smoking a doob are two different things.
I'm just saying.
A dump is a mood killer. Yeah.
Obviously, the priorities.
You take a shit. If we're making out, you're like, hold on, I gotta poop.
Depending on the person, yeah.
I'm sneaking out while you're wiping.
While you're wiping.
He's the turd burglar.
Right.
Something like that. Jesus Christ. So the screenplay is by Daniel E. Taylor, Cario Salem. Great name. Great name.
Sounds like a soccer player.
For sure.
Lem Dobbs and Scott Marshall Smith. The story is by Daniel E. Taylor and Cario Salem. Okay. So they had some other people come in and beef up the script or do what else they needed to do. It is.
They probably went, you know what this play needs? You know what this movie needs for no reason? Marlon Brando.
Was this before Fight Club or after Fight Club?
After.
This would have been after, yeah.
Okay. Fight Club, I think, was like 99.
Something.
I'm just trying to justify Norton's fame
at
this point. But he's famous. He's famous.
Everybody in this movie is definitely up there at this point. I mean, Marlon Brando, this is pretty much his last screen role.
Huh? Oh, yeah. He looked like shit anyway in this movie.
Yeah. At first, I was like, when I first saw this movie whenever back in the day. Obviously, my brain wasn't thinking like that's Marlon Brando. But today, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's Marlon Brando. Oh, my God, that's Marlon. Wow, what happened to him?
And the way he talks with his bottom jaw, all weird.
Yeah, it's funny. But this movie is directed by Frank Oz.
OZ?
OZ. The reason why I want to make a big deal about this and what we were talking about with Star Wars is he began his career as a puppeteer performing the Muppet characters of Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, Sam Eagle in the Muppet Show, and also Cookie Monster, Bert, and Grover in Sesame Street.
Grover.
He is also known for the role of Yoda in Star Wars, providing the voice for the character in several films and TV series.
Nice.
So this man is huge in the world of puppeteering. Whatnot, and just in general, but now he's
making heist movies,
which is a little weird.
I think it's tight.
He's also directed The Dark Crystal, which makes sense.
That's not puppeteer movie. Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Sort of makes sense, too. There's a big puppet in that, sure. Also, What About Bob?
What's that? Is that Bill Murray?
It's either Bill Murray or not. No, I'm thinking of... no, it is Bill Murray.
Are we sure?
I was thinking Pauly Shore in my head, but that's a completely different movie. What About Bob is it Bill Murray?
What About
Billy
Bob
Crystal?
is Bill Murray.
It is.
And Richard Dreyfuss.
I'm trying to remember what this movie is.
Richard Dreyfuss. Doesn't matter. He also directed The Indian in the Cupboard.
I love that movie.
In and Out with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Bowfinger.
Excuse me.
The Stepford Wives. And Death at a Funeral.
Death at a Funeral is hilarious.
What I'm trying to show off here, though, is he's all over the fucking place.
Just the range.
Indian in the Cupboard.
Dude, Indian in the Cupboard I haven't seen in so long.
That's a sad movie.
It is.
Like at the end when he locks him back up. And
that song ruled.
I like it. This is starring Robert De Niro as Nick, Edward Norton as Jack, Marlon Brando as Max, and Angela Bassett as Diane. Didn't really put anybody else down just because
there's really not that many other people. Except that old guy who plays Danny. Okay, thank you, Daddy.
Yeah.
He's been in quite a few things.
Yeah, but I'm starting to just do like starring roles.
Right. There's no reason to go down the ladder.
Right, exactly.
Because there's not a bunch of who played the big fat henchman. If it's not our guy Al Leong, we don't care.
We don't care. We need. How big was that patch that you got?
I'm still waiting for it.
You're still waiting for it?
Yeah, fucking Etsy people. Etsy people take forever to ship whatever the fuck they make.
Yeah,
but
they do
there's an Al Leong documentary on Amazon Prime.
I think we talked about that.
I think it's called the Last Henchman or the Best Henchman or something. I might watch it. Then we gotta get him on the show.
Somehow it's gonna happen. He might be 75 years old right now. But we can fucking FaceTime him.
I'll send him a box of Omaha steaks or something. I mean, what's it going to take?
Do it. Perfect. I bet you he'd be like, yeah, I wasn't even going to say that, but sure.
Box of Omaha steaks.
What the fuck's in Omaha, Nebraska?
Omaha is the San Francisco of the Midwest. There's a lot of homos. I've been there.
All right. I was going to say, where'd you pull that out of your ass? But
no,
I didn't want to be too on the
my
nose.
sister lived there for a while. Pretty gay.
All right. Moving on. This is produced by Mandalay Pictures and was distributed by Paramount Pictures in the U.S. and Summit Entertainment internationally.
Okay. So this was a big production.
Worldwide.
Yeah. I know
worldwide.
When we get to the money, I have a feeling this is just a big flopperoo.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
But this movie definitely surprised me in certain areas that we normally cover on this show.
Right.
So that's all I'll say.
Right, wrong.
Yeah, right. So this is, though, rated R just for language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he first meets Edward Norton Jr.'s character on the street and he says his name and he gets pissed and he goes and sees Max. And he's like, hey, what's with the guy with the retard act?
Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't see anyone doing that nowadays.
Right?
Doing the mentally disabled thing.
Well, he didn't go full retard.
He went pretty close.
To be fair, he's not playing. He's not playing a mentally challenged person in the movie.
Right.
He's playing someone playing a mentally challenged person.
Is that a loophole? Is that what you're getting at?
I think there's a glitch in the Matrix. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at. He's not. It's only to make sure the heist goes well, right?
Right.
If he was just Ed Norton playing Simple Jack, all right, never go full retard, man.
Simple Jack.
We'll pet the horses.
What did he call his son in that movie? What was it? Little. Damn it.
Half squat.
Half squat, or something
squat.
like that.
Little half squat.
Yeah, but when Edward Norton Jr. It does a convincing spectrum.
Yeah.
So I was watching this with Sam.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys think. But she said that was the first. She had no idea.
Oh.
At first.
Oh God.
That's how convincing.
Well, was she like, man, good for them for putting a mentally challenged person in this movie? And you're just like, oh, no.
Well, he started talking normal, and she was like, oh, okay.
Plot twist.
Yeah. This movie does have some plot twists in it. I will say that they're very easy to see coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They didn't reinvent the wheel making this movie.
No, and it's been so long since I've seen this movie. I don't remember if I've seen the whole thing or like when I was a kid, I just kind of saw bit pieces.
Yeah.
I remember the ending scene with the drilling into the safe, or not drilling, but whatever.
Well,
that was dope.
The laser cutter and then the bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't remember the double cross at the end. And then obviously the triple cross or whatever.
Right.
You know Robert De Niro's not going to be the guy.
He's
to
like,
whatever.
what do you think you got? You got nothing.
Right.
What do you mean? You know what I got? No, you don't. You don't got nothing.
Pulling some Godfather out on him.
Right.
Whatever.
Big payoff, though. That was a big payoff.
It's Brian. He's running around. Should have known.
Yeah.
You can't be the face and then be a dick.
Well, I mean, and the good thing with Robert De Niro's character, he basically tells him, like, look, no, we're not meeting up afterwards. Like, you finish your fucking shift out or else you're going to be the prime suspect.
Right.
How dumb does he think he is? Like, he's just going to leave? You've been working there how long? And
Exactly.
Right.
there's a big heist, and all of a sudden the guy that has been working there every day, who's retarded,
Right.
with air quotes, is all of a sudden gone? Come on.
Exactly.
You keep working there for at least another month or two.
Two different types of criminals.
Yeah. Well, I think that's exactly what they're showing.
Yeah.
Right. And they're showing the maturity level of De Niro's character.
Right.
Which I love the fact that he's a jazz club owner
In Montreal.
in Montreal, and the club's called NYC.
Right.
Like, it's so funny.
Well, I think they did that just so it doesn't seem out of place when they're talking in English. Because if you're in Quebec,
It's French.
they're looking down on you if you're talking English.
I thought a lot of people were talking Italian. Wasn't there
That's
a lot of
French.
Italian people
No,
there
it
too?
was no, it was
Oh,
all
Store clerk was Italian.
Quebecois. It was
Oh, I could be wrong.
What's store
I could be
clerk?
wrong.
What's store clerk?
So as soon as right before you meet Edward Norton,
He gets
watching-
bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I swear to God that she spoke Italian. I could be wrong, or he.
It's
whoever
French.
Okay.
Because there's a merci
Thank you.
beaucoup thrown in there.
yeah. Because I said to my wife, I was like, instead of saying thank you, we're just gonna say merci beaucoup now.
No,
And
we're
she
not.
was just like, no, we're not. And I'm like,
I guess we're not.
I guess we're not. So the runtime on this guy, for a Brent movie,
It's a little long.
2 hours and 4 minutes.
yeah, 124 minutes. There's a lot of stuff in the middle of this movie that doesn't need to be there, I don't think.
No.
Which is the most of the stuff that I missed. But I came back and watched.
I mean,
Dude, the fucking
but that's fine because you didn't miss anything.
the Dane Cook hacker. Just gotta get to Friendster.
God damn it, you took my line. I liked his character. I liked what he did with
And his
what
name
he
was
was doing.
Steven.
Yeah, and like the fact that his mom keeps yelling at him, shut the fuck up, mom.
He says, "Shut up, bitch."
Yeah, oh, you're right, yeah.
Shut up, bitch. I was like, "Oh Jesus."
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie. Most of his character, like the stuff he's doing on the screen, I read this. I didn't put in my fun facts, but there's actually real hackers that were on production with this, and they're doing stuff on the screen behind the scenes for him to be doing it on the screen. Which is cool.
To make it look cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, and then he's also playing Quake 3 on PC with his
I saw
6
that in
monitors.
the credits.
Yeah.
I saw Quake.
I think Quake
probably.
3 is in that backpack
Ooh.
Oh.
on the 64.
Oh, all right. That's cool. This movie was released on July 13th, 2001.
2 days after my birthday.
Erroneous.
7-Eleven. Erroneous. on all
National
counts.
Slurpee Day.
Yeah, I mean,
Erroneous.
great.
Oh.
It's a great.
I've always wanted to take like a giant
Just
something huge,
just a giant,
just
like
to
a
see
milk,
if you can fill it up,
like a milk jug, not like a
like
you know
a
how,
trash can.
Hold on, what
you know how
about
people take like fucking kiddie pool? Like, come on, grow up, Peter Pan. But but like something you can actually drink out of, and
something semi-tent, like realistic,
right? Like a gallon of milk jug.
What about those like water bottles that everybody had in the 90s? The ones that you
Nalgene
went and buy,
bottles?
like the big fucking blue bottle things
I wonder if I could fill up a water balloon
that you had to turn upside down and put into the water dispenser that everybody had in the 90s.
No idea what the fuck you're
don't
talking
either.
about, bud.
Oh.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
No, but I would go in there multiple times. Matter of fact, quick story. My mom would take me there on my birthday, and I thought I was special.
Oh, that's cool though. That's not a bad
It was
thing.
very sweet. But then when I realized that everyone was allowed to get them, it was kind of like, oh,
This is horse shit.
come on, mom.
One of those things.
Oh, deer, like the deer park.
Oh,
The huge
God.
whatever
Yeah.
things. They're like,
Things
how
are like
many gallons?
25.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a huge thing in the
Fill one of those
the
up.
90s. Like everybody went and bought those and had the water jug or
In their
whatever
kitchen,
in their
yeah,
kitchen.
yeah.
I remember that was a thing, going to the water store, bringing the jugs and refilling them and then bringing them back home.
Huh.
Maybe that was just a different thing.
And
where I
getting
came
your
from.
milk in a bag.
In a bag in Canada,
Yeah.
but you still can. 2 gallons, because it's where it's at,
In a bag.
in a bag.
Never even seen that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It's a thing. You should.
What, they just don't like cartons?
It's more
Or plastic.
eco-friendly,
How
And it
is
takes up
more
less space in your trash can.
and in your fridge.
Smack the bag, baby.
Just get a cow.
Just get a cow. Go straight to
Right
it.
from the
It's the
titty.
source.
I like
Straight
it.
to the
So
source.
this movie was filmed May 31st, 2000 through October 3rd.
Wow, that took a
2000.
while.
Yeah, and there's not really a lot minus setting up the end scenes, right?
Right.
But beyond that, like the whole part where they're going through the tunnels underground and they're trying to figure out what's going on and where he has to go to get in. I feel like that was way too long.
It was.
And just didn't really need to be in the movie.
Not really.
They could have just said, hey, we got to go through a tunnel system to get where we need to go. This is where we got to pop out at. All right. cool.
Right.
So
Done.
I did this perfectly, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you
Watching this
didn't-
movie,
yeah,
I
you're
did
right.
this
You-
perfectly.
You didn't miss anything tangible.
Awesome.
And you got laid.
Perfect.
3 times. What?
High
so
five.
No, she's probably going to listen to this.
So,
that's fine.
Sorry, Sam.
6 other people are too, so
Yeah.
it's cool. Well, I guess more people do. We got approached at our show by that guy from the movie theater, right? Or did you say we are on a movie podcast?
yeah, dude. No.
Oh, never mind.
So, no.
Got excited.
There's a dude at our show. He was like, were you guys at the movies the other day? I went, yeah, we saw Scream. He's like, do you want a poster? I was like, yeah, we do a movie podcast. I'll take a poster. And he gave me one.
What was the guy's name?
I don't know. Some white guy.
He was
There's
just
a
walking
tall-
around with movie posters
There's
in
a
his
guy that used
pockets.
to give me movie posters from the one in the park.
Oh.
But I was just curious.
I had a buddy that I went to high school with that worked at the one in the park, and he would always, when I would I would go, he would give me a trash bag full of popcorn.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Same here.
Shoo.
I like it. I used to.
It's probably why I don't like popcorn anymore.
Yeah, I'm
Makes
not a big
sense. You got
popcorn guy.
popped out.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this gut.
That's a little weird.
He got popped out. No, I used to work at a movie store like Blockbuster. It was called Movie Gallery. You remember that?
I do remember that.
And we used
Oh,
to
God.
get
The
Oh,
porn
yeah.
room, the porn room, the porn room.
All right, since we're gonna say it, I have some funny stories about that. But yeah, there was a room in the back, and it had
a hole.
no, it had
in the wall.
it had a surveillance camera in there with a one-way speaker, so we could talk to people. They couldn't talk to us.
Pick one and leave, sir.
That's pretty much what we do. We'd have people that you would go in there and they'd literally
Mr.
be
Davis.
staring at something for a while, and you'd be like, "That's a good one," and then
my
you
God.
just see them
Davis.
like put it back and just walk out.
Put your dick away.
Right.
Please put your dick away.
I came twice to that one, sir. It's still sticky.
Your mom's watching.
And Jesus.
Your whole dead family is just chilling up here watching.
Watching you rape yourself.
Oh, God. Anyways.
We could keep going with that. I don't know. What I was
had
going to
I had
say.
a friend that worked at the movie gallery in Leonardtown. And
That's where I work.
that's right.
oh, yeah. You might have worked with Liesel. I don't know.
Liesel?
Yeah, and I'm Liesel.
Just make up that name.
Liesel.
Yeah, Liesel worked there. And
Sounds like a
she,
ferret name.
she would let me just go back there and just take whatever.
Yeah.
Especially when she knew they were closing. We took all the porn out of that place.
Oh, so she was there
Gold.
when the place closed?
I think so.
Okay, so I wasn't there then. That's like I got fired from there for some stupid reason.
You get fired from a lot of places, bro, because you're a dick.
I've only been fired twice.
You technically got fired from Sears, but you left.
Well, no, I definitely got fired from Sears, but it was because I asked for health care, and the guy who was the owner said,
and he said,
"Why don't
no.
you go fucking back to Canada because they have free health care back there?" And I went,
socialist motherfucker.
What a douche.
Yeah, so I went to the
Hilarious, though.
yeah, I know. I went to the district manager because they came down to look at the place. Like, you know, they come in and I told him about it. He's like, "Oh, well, we can't have this conversation, but I am going to tell the owner." And then he called me up and was just like, "Oh yeah, you're fucking fired." And I was like, "Oh,
well, smack my sack."
Whoops.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, speaking of skin flicks, I worked, Allegro Music used to be Blair's Video.
Yeah.
So my room that I am teaching in the back was where they also had their little room for a little
Where's
while.
Allegro Music?
Right next to Nicoletti's Pizza.
Oh, man, I love Nicoletti's so much. It's so underrated.
The pizza's delicious.
People don't think about Nicoletti's when they think about good pizza for some reason.
It's delicious.
It's been there for 100 years. I used to go there for my birthday all the time.
Oh, yeah. I used to eat there all. I mean,
And
I
I
worked
mi-
right next door. So.
And I missed the. Did they bring the buffet back yet?
They had the pizza buffet, but I don't know if they have it back.
That's why, dude. That pizza buffet for lunch, it was so cheap, so good.
It's delicious.
Man,
I would go there. They would. So I worked there for so. I had a meal named after me on their online menu. It's called the Wally.
Jesus Christ, bro! That's like 2 places.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But it was a buffalo chicken salad, old Nicoletti's Pizza. But no, I used to go there, and he'd give me a to-go box, and he'd just be like, "Go ahead," and I'd fill up a whole fucking to-go box and go back to work.
Yeah, bro.
Gold. Pay me in gold.
Gold, Jerry, gold. Anyways, what I was going to say was when I worked at Movie Gallery, we used to get the movie posters to put on, you know, the window, and I would take some home, and I have a couple. And I remember when the Simpsons movie came out, they gave us all these like promotional cardboard cutouts, these giant ones. You probably remember this. I took them all home, and they stayed in my parents' living room for a long time. And these were like life-size Homer, Marge, Bart.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Waking up in the middle of the night and walking in.
Yeah, Davey's got to take a piss. He's like, "Oh my God."
I'm pretty sure once I moved out and I didn't have any room for them, my parents just burned the shit out of them.
Probably.
Remember when I worked at Pepsi, Halo 2 came out, and they gave us a bunch. They sent a bunch of what's the guy, Master Chief. Life-size cutouts. I sold one for $80.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Yeah. So this was filmed in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yeah.
Just that's it. I figured there might have been like some soundstage stuff with like what they're doing with the end with the safe cracking and all that, but no, it was all made on site in Montreal.
The place looked beautiful.
Oh yeah. Montreal is a very nice place.
Beautiful.
And you know, it was funny, like before they showed anything about Montreal, I was like, where are they? Because the first part of the movie, when he's breaking into that safe and doing whatever, he literally gets in that van, drives away, gets on a boat, does all this. You know, I'm like, how far is he going to get away from this?
Right.
And I was like, shit, he's going into Canada.
Right.
Where the fuck is he going into Canada? And where was he to, you know, crack that safe? So how far was that drive? And then I'm like, well, they're in Montreal. Okay, but I believe the balloon thing
said something about Boston. Yeah.
Boston, right?
Yeah.
So they went from Boston up to Montreal, which is fine.
Right, because he always had that room of not shitting in your own backyard.
Right.
Yeah.
Until he needed to.
Well, until he saw it as a way out.
True, very true. Yeah, I mean, you got to think too. Everything that he said,
tax-paying jazz club owner.
Yeah.
Right, but everything that he said as a person, saying, "Look, I want to be out. I want to own this thing. I don't want to owe anybody anything. You know, let me just do this to get out."
How sweet was his apartment too?
Oh, I know, right?
God.
It was super nice.
Luxury.
Admirable for what he was doing, and I really liked his little workshop too, going through a bathroom and whatnot.
Right.
Multiple corridors.
Yes.
The dude literally was so smart about everything. He had every box checked of like, if anything goes wrong, it's going to be really hard to find me.
And get rid of it.
And he does get rid of it, as he says to
right.
At
What are you
end.
do? It's all gone.
Right. You know, so and not to compare to another movie, but in The Jackal, they seem like sort of the same type.
It's kind,
criminal.
And it's kind of dark too. The sun is like never shining during these movies.
No,
The road is just always wet.
And they go to Canada, and
Right.
Montreal, same thing. Well, I don't know if they go to Montreal, but I know they go to Quebec in The Jackal.
I think they do go to Montreal because there's some French speaking going on. So, well, Quebec is French, but well, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Those degents from up country.
Degents.
Whatever. So, all right, budget time. What do we think the score in 2001 cost to make and market and whatever?
Wally?
30 million.
I was gonna
That's a good guess.
I was gonna say 40.
Okay. So This is where I said this movie surprised me because
I
looking
just
at the movie,
names in this movie, and
well, looking at the movie, you go, where do they go? What all happens? Yes, there's some special effects. There's some CG that I didn't even know was in this movie that we're going to get to a little bit later.
the dynamite
There's
stuff,
no.
right? That was
No.
like real.
There was some. I remember seeing.
inside
I remember
of the
seeing a
case getting
part
blown
going. That's CG, and
Yeah,
I remember what it is now.
The inside of the case is definitely CG, with the dynamite blowing up.
So like the scene where the charge is underwater and shoots it. Well, the door flying off is real.
Yes, that's real.
I'm sure they spiced it up a little bit with some CG, but there's some parts in this movie that are CG that you're like, what the fuck? No
really?
way. Yeah. So we'll get to that in my fun facts. But
of the fucking week.
Stick around.
The week. Yeah, you need to stick around if you want to hear that.
Yeah,
You need to stick around.
it's ridiculous.
I know, whatever. The actual budget of this movie, $68 million.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
okay.
up there. Wow.
But I'm sure Brando was like, give me some cheese.
Right.
De Niro definitely wasn't cheap.
No.
Norton was probably, I don't think, obviously,
He
as
gets to
much
work
as them.
with both of those guys, too.
Right. Who's
so,
to
like,
say he didn't take a pay cut
Right.
to be on this? But I'm sure he was $5 million maybe.
Okay, but let's say also, I wonder what the exchange rate
At that time,
At
no
that
idea.
time was.
Yeah, no idea. Obviously, it's quick Google, but who knows?
So it might have been, you know what I'm saying? They probably could have done it for cheaper if they stayed in the States, is what I'm saying.
Well, no, it would have been cheaper to do it in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the exchange rate.
Right.
Right. So let's
It would
say.
have been more Canadian loonies and toonies.
loonies.
Right. So let's say they made that movie today, right? I'm
Right.
sure right now it's probably 75 to 85 cents on the dollar.
Right.
If you were to bring in a Canadian dollar over, it would be about 75 to 85 cents, right?
Right.
So going into Canada, your money spends, a quarter more. So it's going to be cheaper to make a movie in another country like that.
True.
If you're spending that money in that country.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sure, you might be buying stuff,
They
catering,
probably spent at least
whatnot.
half of it there.
Yeah, I would think so. But as far as paying actors and doing stuff like that, that's all going to be in American dollars.
Right,
and
of course.
whatnot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
who's to say what it really is? But I do think this movie was way more expensive than I thought. I was thinking 45.
I'm still trying to figure out where $68 million went.
To the actors, I'm sure.
It had to have been talent. It just had to have been talent.
Talent and again, promotion goes a long way. You don't think that marketing is so much. You know what I mean? Like, look at
This is a primetime release, too. This came out in
July, yeah.
right. So they pushed it probably pretty hard, and you got to think like there's certain movies like look at how many, I guess, trailers you see for the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
It's fucking everywhere.
It's
That's the
constant.
biggest movie in the world right now.
6 years ago, when I was watching way more TV, that's all you would see were movie trailers. For
Oh
the
yeah,
most part.
yeah.
So
I mean,
can
you
only imagine.
yeah.
I don't see a lot now, unless I'm on the YouBoob or something.
Well, here's the thing too. I don't watch as much regular TV as I used to 5 to 6 years ago, right? So I'm not seeing commercials, or if a commercial comes on, I'm changing the fucking channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
in the world of commercials.
In the world.
Right. Right. So what do we think the box office was for this movie? It's a weird one, right? Like where could this be? You got to think this
Already
is
high.
this is obviously a pre 9/11 world right before it.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure hustle and bustling's going on. This is people are out there seeing
It's a
things.
date night movie for sure.
Summer. It's a hard one. It's a herd one. Herd.
Heard.
What do you think, Wally? Going to you first.
I'll go 75.
Yeah,
I don't think it made more than.
I don't think it even made what it cost to make it. I think it was a Buster-oo for some reason.
That's just because of like when you mentioned us watching this, I was like, oh, that movie.
So
It's basically my.
So it's like,
This is a good movie, but this has
Right.
been off my radar since I've seen it.
I agree with that. Like,
However long ago.
I've never thought about this movie except
Makes sense.
yeah, you know what I mean? But it was a big deal back then. I remember a lot of people talking about it and a lot of like,
See, I don't.
man, the score and like all this shit. And like, I remember seeing trailers for it and being like, all right, it might be all right.
I'm gonna say it fell short of its mark. I think it made 50.
Well,
fun.
Its opening weekend, it made $19 million.
Whoa!
Its overall box office take is $114.3 million.
Jesus, okay.
Way more than I thought it would be. I was thinking 60 to maybe 75, 80.
Right, like barely made its money back.
Right, exactly, at the most. But goddamn.
It had to win the names in the movie then. They just got people in the seats.
Well, you got to think, Robert De Niro at that time, what was he in that wasn't good or that wasn't drawing? You know what I mean? And Edward Norton's a big name coming up.
Coming off of Fight Club.
Right. Obviously, Marlon Brando's not a big name at the time. I mean, he is, but he's not a draw.
He's the Godfather, but yeah, I got you.
Right. So people aren't flocking to the score because Marlon Brando's in it. They're seeing, oh, we're fucking Robert De Niro and
right.
Yeah, so I get that. So, but we're at the top 10 of that week
of July in 2001.
July 13th, 2001.
I feel like we're gonna have factory reset. Jesus Christ! I feel like we're gonna have some overlap here.
We're not actually.
Oh, all right, cool.
Really, I thought so too.
Like we got to eventually start hearing movies that we've watched.
Right. There's got to be a couple of things. Well, there was a couple, I believe we did a couple weeks back where there was some movies that we kind of went into the top 10 that we were into. So
right.
But I digress. Number 10, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Mommy.
I'm pretty sure I thought Brent was going to make I'd like to read that tomb joke.
No.
He didn't.
No. I do think she was a lot more attractive back then, but then again, she's getting older. So I mean, fuck me, right?
She was gorgeous. She's still gorgeous,
dude. Her and Wanted.
Oh yeah,
is peak. Her and Wanted and Mr. and Mrs. Smith
on too.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Wanted is just peak Angelina.
Yeah,
I don't know. Tomb Raider was great.
I never saw the movie.
The first Tomb Raider, sure. Yeah.
I never saw it.
I mean, it's a good 90s cheese movie, even though it's in the early 2000s. Like, it has all the perfect...
It's like Blade. It's got the Blade vibe to it.
It's like GoldenEye.
Yes.
It's literally, it feels... He said he hasn't
something a little different to it. I don't know what it was. GoldenEye, that first one that Pierce Brosnan did was a little weird and good, in a good way.
Yeah, with cheese.
Yeah.
It's just cheesy as fuck.
Well, you get to the next one, like, what is it, Tomorrow Never Die, or what is the one he did right after this? He did 3. Right.
It was Tomorrow Never Dies, and then it was whatever the one with Halle Berry.
Those ones were way overboard. This one not obviously overboard, but this one was a little.
But it was in the perfect overboard. Like it was like, all right, I could believe that because he's James Bond. Where the next movies with, like I said, Halle Berry, where they go wherever, you're like, this is way too over the top. And then that leads into Hollywood going, let's be real now. You know what I mean? And they started making all those serious, real movies, like Batman Begins or the new...
What's your favorite James Bond, Steve? I like Roger Moore.
I've never seen any of them.
All right, so Brent's out.
He's like the suave.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
Everyone goes
Sean Connery. Yeah, everybody goes that way, which, you know what's awesome?
A lot of people say the other guy.
Mike Dalton? Or
Roger Dalton.
Yeah.
Roger Dalton, yeah.
Wasn't Dalton only in one?
One.
And then Sean Connery was in like...
Sean Connery was in my favorite James Bond that wasn't canon because he had gotten fired or something like
Octopussy?
that. And it's a Never Say Never Again.
Never say
never
again.
That one, Steve? Never.
I'm going to say this. My favorite James Bond is going to be Austin Powers.
So good.
And the reason
first Austin Powers is so good.
It is.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. The first Austin Powers, because they know they're just making fun of that whole shtick and everything, and it works.
Oh, and
fucking perfect.
Elizabeth Hurley works too, baby.
That for me
today.
That was his top for me. His peak. Mike Meyer. That was like my favorite version of him.
I'll say, obviously, Wayne's World is always going to be the cultiest cult of whatever, but Austin Powers
did such a good job of that fucking movie as a character. So good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Austin Powers is different.
And I feel like the generation after us has no idea what Austin Powers is or doesn't even care.
No.
Well, why would they?
My grandpa took me to see that on accident. He thought it was just going to be like a weird little parody.
Right, and there's just fucking dick jokes the whole movie. It's not mine, I swear.
I'm like
the first 5 minutes.
Teenager laughing my ass off.
Right. The book of how to use the penis pump and everything.
It's not
Believe me, this is my bag, baby.
One certified whatever. It's a great movie. But no, if we're actually looking at James Bond character or people who played James Bond, I like Daniel Craig is good, but it's not James Bond to me.
No.
You know what I mean? He's just...
It's swagger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the swagger,
like
right?
Dripping swagger.
Right. I'm going to say...
he had it. He was ridiculously good. And no one
you know what?
appreciates him as a James Bond.
It's GoldenEye to me is the best James Bond
might have been our
movie,
generation, too.
and it's my generation. And I'm going to say it's either Pierce Brosnan or who you said, Roger Moore.
Roger Moore. He was the one that came out.
Yeah.
Later on.
So that's where we get it. And Brent's just like,
he was from where? What were you saying? Oklahoma or some shit like
that? It might be
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Yes.
Nebraska.
You remember Dante's Peak? Sorry, I keep going on these.
Dude, Dante's Peak is great.
Yeah.
We're going to get to something a little later that comes back to this, but we've talked about it before, about movies that are the same that come out almost at the same time, right? Studios go, you're making a Dante's Peak, I'm making Volcano, right?
Yeah.
There's a movie that came out which is called Heist that was supposed to come out at the same time as this movie. But they went, oh no, we're going to push it because it's the same fucking movie. Same thing. There's a lot of these parallels in Hollywood, and some of the time it's on purpose, not like on all the other times it's kind of like that's the way the world was going and they needed this type of movie. We're going to make it. Oh shit, you're making it? Mine's coming out first.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cutthroat.
Number 9, artificial intelligence or
AI.
Exactly.
Hated that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Wasn't the original one way before that? Is this a remake
of AI? Maybe. I know it was Steven Spielberg. It was Haley Joel Osment, right?
Yeah, I don't know. No, it could be. I don't know.
I don't know. I just remember.
Why am I thinking of Will Smith?
You're thinking of iRobot.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
I liked it too.
Is that the one where he kills his dog?
No, that's I Am Legend.
Yeah. Oh God, too many I Am whatevers.
Right.
I am bored.
The original ending for I Am Legend is not good. The director's cut, alternate, whatever, changes the entire movie and it makes it really good.
Yes, agreed.
So
100% agreed.
Yeah, and we got into this last episode about the new Scream. I don't like how some people say, well, you got to watch the alternate ending and it changes the movie and that's what the director really wanted and that's canon. Well, then why wasn't it released?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, don't make me have to buy something else and watch a different version of a movie and say that's canon going forward if that's not what the studio and they came together with to bring out. And it's just not my jam.
Yo, did they finally make her the bad guy?
No, and I called it. And I thought they were going
on. What's her name? What's the main character's name?
Neve Campbell.
Sydney Prescott.
Yeah, Sydney
I
Prescott.
I tried to do the George there. I didn't got it.
I was thinking maybe she just fucking get tired of it,
dude.
And then
thought it was.
I'm gonna kill everybody.
I thought it was gonna be her. I said it halfway through the movie. I was like, I think it's Sydney. Nope, it's fucking stupid.
So just to get into it, last episode we got really into it, and we tore that movie apart. And I really thought, because Scream is supposed to be meta, right? And so, like, 100%. Different than all the slashers and everything before it, I was like, they're definitely going to do something different. How many times
can you be meta? Yeah, I was about to say. They've repeated the same meta act a bunch of times now.
And that's the problem I had with the new movie, was they literally set it up to say, we're going to be different. Scream is a different thing. We're going to do something different. We're talking about elevated horror movies. They talk about Hereditary and the Babadook and all this shit
so
in
Babadook, that was also ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. So they talk about that in this movie, in the new Scream movie, about how they're going to be so much better than whatever.
Babadook.
What did I say? Babadook?
Babadook.
I don't fucking care.
Right. I'm not correct.
Green jacket, gold jacket. Who gives a shit?
The old Vinny line.
What I'm saying though is they talk about this and then they don't deliver on it. They literally make the same movie as the first one.
The movie is the first one while the first one is playing in the background.
Right.
The whole time.
Right. And there's some stupid scenes, not to spoil anything super for you, but there's some scenes in that movie that are so dumb and so, like, we're smarter than the people in the Stab movies, right? Because that's the movie inside of Scream. Right, but then they do the same shit. And honestly, like, 2 people get murdered in Scream 2022.
Oh, really? That's kind of bland.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of killing in the movie. There's...
What? A lot of people die in the movie.
Spoilers for Scream 2022. Wally, do you care?
People die.
The cop.
I don't give a fuck.
The cop dies.
I knew it was a trash.
Their kid dies. Dewey dies. and who else?
Dewey? They killed off Dewey?
Okay, and the kid with the mustache. There's 4 people that die in this movie.
Wes dies in the shower.
I thought Dewey was the one that was going to always make it.
No, Wes dies
at the doorway with the knife through his whatever,
his
which is
mom
fucking
dies.
cool. That's what I'm saying. That's 2 people.
Dewey
is 3, and then the kid who's like whatever gets killed outside of his car. That's 4, and who didn't even need to be in the movie.
I can't believe they killed Dewey. I thought
the one cop at the hospital.
The last one to fucking.
The one cop at the hospital.
Okay, but you don't see that.
No, that
whatever.
Right.
I've also missed like 2 of these movies.
So
what I'm saying is
not that many people died.
No, and it just doesn't. The stakes of the movie aren't like the other movies.
Well, and the killers.
Well, I don't. To me, that's nothing. You know what I mean? They're not in the body
because
count.
Just like the first Scream, there had to be 2.
Right. Why? Here's how you make the better movie. At the end, when they're all 3 of them are standing over the body.
Right.
Neve Campbell and the new girl and Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
If she would have double tapped that guy or whatever she did, quadruple tapped him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
After she fucking goes yeet yeet to them, kills them, puts the fucking Scream mask on, end credits. That's it.
Right.
That's way better. Why? What was happening through the whole movie? She's seeing Skeet Ulrich in her her dad.
Yeah.
We're
I
going
was going to say Skeet. I'm like, wait, what movie?
Skeet.
What movie are you watching?
We're going off the deep end here
Right.
real quick. Basically, she's the original killer's illegitimate daughter. This girl, okay?
Sure. So they made up even further. They furthered her backstory without me knowing from the initial film is what you're telling me.
No, there's a whole new person.
Oh.
There's a whole new girl. There's 2
okay.
sisters, and basically she is the daughter of
Billy Loomis.
Billy Loomis, right? The original killer.
Bad guy. Yeah.
Right? So she starts seeing hallucinations of him like all throughout this movie, and they make no sense, and nothing comes of it.
Right.
Except for her, while she's killing the killer, saying, "You don't fuck with a serial killer's daughter."
It's like terrible misdirection.
So he's talking to her throughout the movie, right? Whenever she looks in a mirror or when she's driving her car.
Right.
The one dude, I get. All right, if you're seeing hallucinations and they're talking to you, it's schizophrenia. Cool, got it. Whatever. At the end, when the killer's trying to kill her,
What is she seeing him in?
A mirror.
In a mirror, okay. Yeah.
But he looks down and goes, "There's the knife. Like, use it." Like, how does he know he's not there?
Right.
Well, how does he know the knife's there? That means it's in her head. She knew the knife was there the whole time.
Exactly. So then
So
make
stupid.
her into the serial killer
Right.
as well.
Right.
Because I want a different take on what you're already showing me in the first movie.
End of this movie
Yeah.
was it was almost as bad as the newest Halloween.
Yeah. And here's my other thing.
That was another fucking
Here's my
trash-ass movie.
She got stabbed, and that fucking knife was twisted a bunch in her guts,
Oh yeah,
right?
she should have bled out.
And then Gail gets shot in the stomach. She's good.
Oh, no,
Nev
she got
Campbell,
shot in, like the fucking liver too.
what,
Like,
yeah. Nev Campbell gets stabbed too.
Right.
And at the end, they're just chilling on the back of a fucking ambulance like, we're good. Put a blanket over me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
No, you're dead.
Right.
And then the girl in the beginning gets stabbed, what, like 5 times in the back?
7
times, and then through the hand, and then her fucking ankle gets broken. Sorry, what?
In the Scream movies, they get stabbed a lot. There's
And
a
then
lot
they
of
die.
stabbing. Well,
And
not
then
all
they
of them.
die.
The earlier ones, yeah.
And then there's no way that little girl
Picks Dewey up.
is going to be able to slice Dewey in half.
No, we talked. Okay, so again, last episode we talked about this.
Sorry, we're going off on a tangent.
I don't care. It's needed because there's a lot of people right now saying that the new Scream movie is very good and that it's bringing back the Scream franchise and they're going to go and make more movies and it's going to be awesome. That movie.
Who's the
wasn't
next
good.
killer then? Another copycat? Cool.
That's what I'm saying. Why does it always go back to being?
just let something die, man. What the fuck?
Right.
Well, that's the thing. They talk about it in the movie. They're trying to be so meta, but they don't change anything. So I'm going to stop my rant so you can go and listen to our previous episode and hear the full rant because it's actually the longest episode we've ever had
Jesus
because
Christ, I don't know how
we
that's possible.
ranted forever. It was like
Oh,
2:45.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, road trip.
Yeah, that's definitely a road trip episode. It was a good episode, though. We had our friends Trav and Jess on from What's Your Least Favorite Scary Movie podcast, and we had a good time.
We might have found our least favorite scary movie.
Yeah, I think so. George was on there with us. He's not with us today. He might have got killed while we were talking.
He's not with us anymore.
Yeah, I went and saw the movie, was planning on being here, and I got day drunk on Sunday, and I was like, guess what?
I kind of did too.
Not
but
making it.
working.
Well, and weather.
Well,
It's so much easier
That was
to
just
drink on
convenient.
snowy, weird, shitty days. You know what I'm saying?
I went to lunch on Solomon's Island, and I had 3 very strong craft cocktails, and then ended up at the pub watching football, drinking beers with friends, and then
That sounds awesome.
That's why we got that weird message.
What weird message?
You didn't see the text I sent? We got a message from somebody that was like, "Hey, hit or miss, you guys are at the pub right now. Can you sing us happy birthday or blah blah blah, and we'll buy you beers and like wings or something." And I was like, "We're not at the pub."
I was at the pub.
Well, obviously, I didn't
Why
know
didn't
that.
somebody say so? Who was it?
Some random person messaged the hit or miss page.
I
Obviously,
would have done it too.
Yeah,
I was tuned up.
Sure, whatever. But it was funny because I'm just sitting here like, we're not at the pub.
I'd have pulled the fake Michael Jackson from The Simpsons. Lisa, it's your birthday.
Anyways, getting back to the top 10. Number 8, Kiss of the Dragon.
Is that Jet Li?
Jet Li.
That's a good movie.
That was great. Where he has to save that lady, right?
Well, no, it's the poison or something one, right? Where the kiss of the dragon kills people, and yeah.
But he's basically it's him.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Being
You're
a
right,
protector the whole time. Yeah.
I like me some Jet Li.
Yeah,
Little
which
cheesy action.
might bring me to, because it's gonna be my pick this week, and I'm leaning. I got two thoughts here. One of them might be kind of up the Jet Li.
Rumble in the Bronx.
No, well, it's not gonna be Jet Li, but it's kind of very racist of me. But it's kind of with a Jet Li style, whatever.
I watched Kung Fu Panda the other day.
Yeah,
Jackie Chan's in there. He's the monkey.
Yeah,
didn't notice that until I watched it. So. Talk about
that's a little racist.
That movie's the best.
I like Kung Fu Panda.
It's hilarious.
It's good.
I don't like Jack Black, but I like Kung Fu Panda.
It's so good. I'm not big.
It's well done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Anyways,
number 7, Dr. Dolittle 2.
Didn't need it. Didn't need the first one.
I like
the first one. Was hilarious.
Norm Macdonald's in it. I like the first one. Hey,
Saigon Horror.
I've never seen so many hookers in all my life.
Dude, I watched a clip of I watched a clip of Norm today. He was on Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. Was it the moth joke?
No, it was a joke about his wife being in a coma.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, she's
oral
choking.
pleasure. What?
She's choking.
That's funny. I saw that too last night. I showed my wife. She's like, I don't get. Oh,
I don't think it's working. She's choking.
Yeah.
So good.
Just his delivery, where he's like, fucking love Norm. God damn it. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. If anybody wants to hear, we did a Dirty Work episode a while back now, like episode 12 or something.
Right.
That was a good episode. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Number 6. Sixth. The 6th. The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, hell yeah. It's about family.
When they're stealing VCRs and shit.
Right. So and driving Civics under semis.
The first one.
That's
a big movie.
That movie ruled.
That's a huge movie.
I loved that movie.
Well, it's funny because at the time, that wasn't a huge movie, right? Who is Paul Walker and Vin Diesel in 2001?
Nobody knows.
Pitch Black, son.
Pitch Black is great.
Pitch Black's so good.
Pitch Black is great. Which he financed either the sequel or one of the other ones.
Well, that led into, what is it called? What is it? It's not even the same name.
Yeah, it's not. Pitch Black and then...
Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes.
Yeah, it was stupid as shit.
That's trash.
That's trash.
I mean, it kind of trash. I'd still watch it if it was just chilling in the background, but yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. Speaking of Scream, this kind of goes with it. Number 5, Scary Movie 2.
I love that franchise.
Which one's your favorite?
Care.
What's your favorite scary movie?
So we talked about this again, not to get back into Scream or whatever, but we talked about ranking the Scream movies.
Oh, yeah.
I put Scary Movie in the rankings of the Scream movies.
Because it's Ghostface.
Because it's a better horror whodunit movie with Ghostface than I even think the newest movie.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. You don't know that Doofy's the fucking guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a twist.
Yeah.
Dude, when he comes out of that room with a boner and a vacuum, I told you I disturbed me, I cleaned my room.
It's great. It's great.
He picks up the phone. Hello.
Third one's good. Second one's good.
Yeah.
And first one's good.
I mean, obviously the fourth one is terrible, but Leslie Nielsen is in it and he steals the show with the aliens.
With Sherry O'Terry.
We should do a Leslie Nielsen film. We
should. We really should.
I will do.
You're the one that was like anti
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, right?
I will do 33 and a third.
Okay. Hilarious. Naked Gun is hilarious.
I don't think y'all must be talking about George. I don't think it was me.
I thought it was you. I could swear it was you.
No.
I mean, we'll skip Airplane. Everyone's an Airplane.
I hate Airplane.
Well, the best part about Airplane, though, is Leslie Nielsen is playing it straight because at the time he was a serious actor. So he's seriously acting in that movie.
Oh.
And that's where he became that character because everyone's like, wait a second, this is fucking funny because you're the only person being the straight guy in these movies.
Dude,
Yeah.
the only part I can remember from Naked Gun 33 1/3, like vividly,
So good.
is when he is spying on Anna Nicole Smith and she takes her panties off and she got a big old dong.
That always reminded me of
You would remember that.
Yeah,
Hot
apparently.
Shots.
Yeah.
You remember Hot
I
Shots?
love Hot Shots.
Dude, Hot Shots part.
Dude. That's funny.
I don't know. There's a lot of movies, man.
There are, I mean, and that's the greatest thing about this podcast. How many
never
movies?
ending.
It's never ending. There's no. I see some
We have-
podcasts. I see some
Miller
hot.
Hot.
I see some podcasts out there that have a shelf life because they're only covering a certain thing, and you can only say so much about it.
Well, that and you kind of run out of things to talk about.
Right. With
Well, this-
movies.
yeah.
No, we're going to go forever on this until
also
everybody
got,
quits
like,
on me.
Multiple dudes with mad ADD. So I think that's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I think we're fine here. We'll figure
Drunk
out.
ADD people.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. It's going to be fine. I think. Whatever. Number 4, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
I am a huge Final Fantasy buff, and I watched that. And it
I've
was
never
a
seen it.
fucking massive disappointment.
I don't like RPGs.
It was a
It's nothing
all
like you think it is.
Well, either way,
computer
I don't want
animated movie.
But at the time, that was like a big deal because
Huge.
CGI movies, all CGI movies, were just like Pixar movies, right? So
Yeah.
this was trying to be a big deal, and I thought it kind of was for what it
I
was.
watched the shit out of this, but that's because I was obsessed with video games as a child.
I mean, we still are.
Yes.
What do we do every day, Wally?
I was playing video games yesterday. So
Yeah, dude. By the way, I want to plug this for Walter. I'm going to tell him right now, Ghosts of Tsushima, you need to play.
I'd seen it. It looks beautiful.
You need to play it. I had it.
Is that where you're the Yakuza guy and it's like kind of like RPG and you fight
It's
people?
like one of the most aesthetically pleasing
It
games.
is. You're in the old whatever. I don't want to say West,
Samurai.
the East, whatever.
The far-
you're a samurai,
the
basically.
far
yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah, you're a samurai, and
I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I am.
It's
going
on
to get it.
sale
Where? Steam?
everywhere. Well, I think it is coming out for PC.
If they hit the if it hits the $39 mark, I'll buy it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's like $20 right now.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, go get the sashimi.
It's really good.
I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry. No, I had the game for a long time, and I was like, I just don't want to play because it looks like such a long game, and I just didn't want to do that. I popped it in, and I haven't stopped playing it right now, and it's up there. Wait, we're doing top 3. Sorry,
Yeah.
top 3 in no particular order. The score: Legally Blonde, Cats and Dogs.
The fuck is Cats and Dogs?
It's a movie about cats and dogs. Actually, it's not about cats and dogs.
Was that another animated movie?
No, that was
Cats and Dogs?
No. That is a live action movie, and it's like a romantic movie. Who was in it? I don't want to say Meg Ryan, but probably is.
That's a weird top 3.
It really is. When you think about it,
I do
Fast
like
and the Furious.
Alec
must have came out
Baldwin
early.
and Tobey Maguire. What?
That
Oh,
is
it
the
is.
animated
Awful.
one.
It is
That is the animated.
Well, it's not animated. It's
It's like
live,
little,
action
live action,
with
but-
CG. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum's in it.
We were talking about Blockbuster. That was like my last Blockbuster movie I had gotten at like as whatever, and I never returned it. And
Come
I
on,
had
man.
Cats and Dogs for the longest time.
you're a real son of a bitch.
You're a real son of a bitch.
I remember the DVD case.
They're looking at each other. Yeah. That's funny.
Wow.
What are we thinking here?
What were the top 3 again? So it's the score.
One more
Cats and
time,
Dogs, The Score, and Legally Blonde.
Cats and Dogs, the score.
Score is number 1. Legally Blonde, then Cats and Dogs.
All right.
I agree for sure. There's no way it made 19 million and wasn't number 1.
Number 1,
If it's Legally Blonde, I'm gonna shoot myself in the penis.
Legally Blonde.
Oh,
We need video of this.
hey Sam, no more Nuki Bon game shows days. Thank you.
Number 2, The Score, and number 3, Cats and Dogs.
Really?
Well, you got to think Legally Blonde was huge.
It was huge.
And she was a big star at the time, and then that's basically her biggest movie when you think about it.
Wasn't Paris Hilton partially in that movie too at the time, if I remember?
It's hot.
That's so hot.
It's hot.
She tried to trademark that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people were like,
Yeah, it's
you
2
can't.
words.
You can't trademark a
Fucking idiot.
temperature.
A temperature. That's funny. What did you drop your phone?
My water.
Oh, yeah, whatever. You don't need it. Cheers. Tomatometer time.
I was trying to fill in the tomatometer.
Goddamn, George.
I don't understand where that little frame puts out that bass.
I know, right?
The tomatometer. I can't do it.
He must have a giant Hulk.
Tomatometer. No, I almost went Asian there.
Oh,
tomatometer. All right, what do we think? Out of 100 percentile, the critic score, tomatometer, tomato meter, Rotten Tomatoes.
Emotional damage.
It's a circle.
37 for some reason.
37.
I have the feeling that it's getting panned.
Okay.
I'm going to go 70.
70. The tomatometer critic score is a 73.
God damn, good. I'm glad I picked the movie. I love it, but I honestly can see where people would be like, nah, dog.
It's a good movie, and it's got the names, and people kiss every one of these.
There's so when you think about it, there's no plot holes in this movie. There's not
really.
There's nothing that's like crazy good or crazy bad. There's nothing that's like
it's a safe movie.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And look at the pun there. Safe
you
movie.
like
oh,
hey, guy.
Gabagoo
with the safe movie. Hey. All right.
Peter.
Audience score. Audience score out of 100, what do we think?
It's probably right at the same place, 70, 75.
I'll go a little lower. I'll go 60.
67.
God damn it.
The old Leonard Washington. 67.
7.
Yep, 7. And IMDb, I'm just going to say it because it's fucking right in the ballpark.
7.0.
6.8.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same. So, yeah. Yeah.
That dog just lost his.
Yeah.
Gunner was like, what was that noise?
I hear things. It's
like he's not going to do anything about it, though.
Right.
He's just going to cry.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
Yeah.
Don't say that. You don't say that.
You know what's sad?
Don't say that about my dog. All right. Who was your favorite character in this movie?
Oh, it's Edward Norton playing.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. What is his name? What is his
Brian.
alias?
Brian.
It's Brian.
Oh, okay, bye-bye. Okay.
Wow, that's
My mom got
that's
him for
really
me.
good.
My mom got that for me.
That was perfect. When he's like, "Oh, you got new shoes."
Oh, Daddy, you're a stinker.
I think he got it. I think he got him for a girlfriend.
No.
And he's like, "Oh, you're a stinker."
You're a stinker. Okay, bye-bye.
I hate to say that he plays probably one of the best handicapped
I know, right?
people
That's
I've ever
so
seen.
fucked up to say.
It is really good.
How do you
Look,
He's a great actor.
you just
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
No one should ever sleep on Edward Norton.
But it's like you couldn't do you can't make this movie today with that.
no.
I mean,
definitely.
you
I
could
literally
make
said
it,
that
but
exact
people will be
same
so
thing.
mad.
Oh yeah.
I said that to Sam. I was like, "There's no
Surprised
way.
they didn't try to cancel him for it.
Because nobody remembers this
Right,
movie.
right.
They didn't get canceled.
Steve also found a loophole. He's not actually.
That's true, right?
Right.
Like he's not playing a retarded person in the movie. He's pretending to be.
A highly intelligent.
It's a good move,
Disabled.
right? Think about it.
Person acting disabled.
He infiltrates the fucking place by pretending to be someone who they need help, and
It's
why
the
wouldn't
only
they hire?
reason he gets out too. It's the only reason he escapes.
He somebody put fingerprints on my window, Daddy.
Right.
He's like, they feel bad for the guy, and they're just trying to get him out of there at the end, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, he's just shooing him out the door.
Right.
Get out.
Right, because he's saying he's like, it's hurting my ears or whatever. What's
Right.
going on or blah blah. Just get out of here, whatever.
Yeah.
Because what do they care about the handicapped guy?
Right,
Like,
he's just in the way.
right, get him the fuck out of here.
Go
Dude, if that was
outside.
me, I would have been the first. I would have been the first guy suspecting that fucking dude.
Me too.
And I would have
Me too.
tackled the shit out of that dude. Rip the fuck out.
Well,
Turns
okay,
out it's
what
not him.
Right.
are you doing? You heard me.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, he started working there before they even got the piano and all that stuff in. Right,
strategically.
Right, so why would they ever suspect him?
Right.
Because he's the only one who knew that it
He's a
was
smart
in
fucking guy,
the
too, right?
piano. So then when they find out that it's infested with termites and they go to burn it up, he's the only one who knows it's in there. And he has to say, hey, there's something in there, whatever.
Uh-oh.
All right, fire, there's something in the fire. So why would anybody suspect him?
Right.
So
And
this
he does
episode is
such
just
a
us
good job.
Doing mental.
Yeah. Well, Wally has not done it yet, so me and you are canceled.
No, we're doing an impression of an impression of an impression.
We're safe.
Right.
We're good. It's fine. But again, like
But you can't do the
real, so we could be politically incorrect for 4 hours.
Right.
You can't do the impression without like
turning your head,
you got
getting in it.
You have to.
Well, that's what he was doing.
Okay.
And it was really like I was trying so hard to see any flaw in his performance while being mentally handicapped, and it was so good.
So how this hit me, right, is that scene where I thought the lady was Italian, whatever. That's where he gets brought in. That's where
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
He walks on the camera and then off camera,
right,
for a second, and at that point I was looking at him. I was like, that dude's fucking weird.
That dude's fucking.
But I had no idea it was Edward Norton yet, right?
Okay, yeah.
So then he walks past him, and I'm like, okay, so that's a dude. That's when I first noticed, and then obviously it zoomed on his face after that, and I was like, oh. All right, cool. That's a cool way to introduce him. It wasn't so blunt and straightforward.
Right, yeah, he walks off and then, excuse me, can you help me?
And it works. I mean, the dude like kills it. I hate to say that he should have got some kind of award.
Is there best retard?
Right.
Do they have a
Jesus Christ.
Oh God, they have like an actors award, right? But then they have like the special
call it the
version.
When the fuck did we get ice cream award?
Right. The fuck do we get ice cream? God damn. Speaking of, new Jackass looks really good.
Dude,
it really does.
I just need this to be it.
Yeah.
I feel
they're
you
done.
start feeling bad, I'm sure. Like I haven't seen I'm sure I'm gonna be like, oh God.
Well, man. Because it comes out on the 4th, which is a couple weeks, right? Like 2 weeks. I'm going to have to binge the first 3.
I watched...
they're on Peacock, I think. They're either Peacock or Paramount. I can't remember anymore.
I think 2.5 might be my fucking favorite.
It was really good. 2.5 was really good. But I was
I'll just watch the show again.
They had a compilation of interviews explaining Johnny Knoxville and how completely fearless
he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, he just not one.
Dude, he had a colostomy bag for 6 months.
He's going to be in the Rumble. He obviously doesn't care about anything.
I can't believe he's going to be in the Royal fucking Rumble.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, he's going to run in and get... Well, you know what? He's going to bump his ass off.
He's going to take a bump.
He's going through a table.
Or at F5 or something.
Yeah, something
why
crazy.
would Brock be in it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At his age, he's probably like, okay, this is it. Like, after this, there's nothing else. Your body's done. Well, his body's already almost done.
To be fair, he's tried to do
three to be fairs.
To be fair.
To be fair.
I'm to be faired out over here. What I'm saying is he's tried to do the serious actor or be in Hollywood and whatnot, and it doesn't seem like it worked for him.
I mean, I liked the Dukes of Hazzard.
I liked him in Men in Black 2.
Honestly, that movie, he did a movie
The Ringer.
where he was,
Hold on.
Hilarious.
Hold on.
When we get back on this, jump for a little bit.
This all makes sense. This all makes sense. We're coming back around with someone else who was playing a retarded person,
right,
and could maybe get away with it because he's not.
He did a terrible.
His version Jeffy was terrible. I hated Jeffy,
but it was hilarious.
Jeffy. Yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't
because it was so bad.
Exactly.
But was that not part of the joke?
Maybe.
So you're saying it's okay to be retarded?
Obviously, it's not okay to play
on the nose on being retarded.
Okay, so this is a fine line here. Hold on, this is a very fine line. So it's either okay to try to play somebody that's retarded and you're not good at it, so it makes it a joke because you're not good at it.
I see where your head's at.
Or, or you're so good at it that it's so believable, like in this movie, that it's fine because you're such a good actor that it transcends being offensive.
So Sean Penn, like literally, the I Am Sam.
Dude, I cannot watch that movie.
So
you know what? I'm going to say this.
You're saying that's okay?
No, I'm saying that...
No, he went full retard.
He went full retard. What I'm saying, though, is if you're looking at...
Grammys went home empty-handed.
Fart in the bathtub. Laugh your ass off.
Never go full retard, man. What I'm saying is if you look at people playing mentally handicapped people, I'm going to go...
Rain Man.
Edward Norton, number 1.
Oh, yeah, by far. Oh,
then,
Rain Man
are we
Rain
talking
Man.
spectrum, though? Like, there's spectrum, and then there's, like you said, full, like, disabled, like...
No. I just... Nobody...
There's such a touchy fucking weird
Dude,
thing.
I can't watch I Am Sam. That movie triggers my anxiety so bad.
Me too.
Dude, when he freaks out in the fucking diner about like strawberry topping or whatever the fuck it was, I'm like, I walked away from the movie.
Some
then.
things they're just too real.
Yeah,
and that it was with that stuff like that is way too real for me.
You ever see that movie on Netflix, The Devil All the Time?
I don't want to see it.
Oh yeah, when the dude crucifies his own dog.
I don't want to see it.
Oh no.
Anything with a dog, I'm good.
He try. You don't. Well, you don't see him do it.
I don't care.
You hear it, and then later when the cops find it, you see it, and because he was like so religious, and his wife died super young of cancer back in like the 50s, he fucking sacrificed his dog to try to bring her back.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And fucking Robert Pattinson plays a rapey priest. The movie's fucked.
He's a good actor too.
Oh, the new Batman looks so good. That comes out in March. Did they bump that up?
No, I don't.
It's always been March.
God,
time's flying.
It's a weird time for it to come out.
It really is.
And did you say they pushed back fucking Maverick again?
Yeah, I think it's July now.
Dude, it was supposed to be July of 2019.
I really want to see that.
Me too, bud.
I don't.
Top Gun.
He knows it's going to be a disappointment, but I still want to see it.
Top Gun. Growing up, I still know all the words. I love that fucking movie.
What does he say?
Inverted.
I was inverted.
Doing what? Keeping up with foreign relations.
Have you seen, Walter?
You know, the finger. Yes, the finger, Goose.
Have you seen the Val?
I got a picture.
Have you seen the Val documentary on Amazon?
Yes, it was amazing.
And so heartbreaking.
So good.
And it's it's
when
really
went
good.
on a date with his daughter.
Yeah.
That part for me, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But it just shows you like that he's such an amazing human being.
He is.
And he was this.
The fact that the documenting that he's done is crazy. It's ridiculous.
It's very... Are you taking a picture of my dog?
Yeah, I just zoomed in on him. He's just staring at me like, what, motherfucker?
He knows. He's very aware.
He seems very like a very odd person too.
Oh yeah, eclectic.
Yeah. I never really noticed how odd he was.
I didn't realize he's like.
Have you seen The Saint?
Indian.
Have you guys seen
The Saint's amazing.
Nope. I don't like Val Kilmer.
You'd like? Well, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know.
I watch that documentary.
He's like one of those guys that's like almost too theater. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting?
Except,
you know what I'm but I love him.
His portrayal of Jim Morrison in that movie, the Doors movie.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
He sat in and played with the band.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like the actual Doors.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool as shit, man.
Well, obviously, Roger Dalton. No, Roger Moore. No, what the fuck's his name? Roger. Who's the fucking the guy? The
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison. God
Yes.
damn, my brain is everywhere right now. I'm sorry. Jim Morrison was obviously not available.
Well,
to sit in.
I think he could.
I think he sat in was a bathtub, right, and died.
Where the fuck is he buried? I think it's Paris.
I don't even know the guy's name, so I'm not gonna know.
I actually don't even like the Doors.
Was he one of the 27? Like died at 27?
I don't know if he's
around there.
Around
probably,
there, yeah.
Whatever.
You guys ever hear the conspiracy theory that Lady Gaga is Amy Winehouse?
No, but that's interesting.
It's completely false, but
Completely false.
people believe it. You don't.
Yeah.
I love them both. I love the lady.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan.
Back to who's your favorite character? Wally.
I'm the same with him. Like 100%. When I was on my way here, I was like, "Oh, these questions Steve's going to ask me. What's my
Right.
answer?"
I'm glad
And
you're thinking of these.
It's definitely him playing him.
Right. Yeah.
Like 100%.
It's got to be.
It's funny because the other actors that are in this movie are so fucking A-listers.
Right.
Yeah, and they're all
For the
playing it
most part.
straight, right?
Yeah,
like nobody's going off the deep
Which
end.
means I just like characters, like full-fledged characters, you know? So that's...
Yeah, I'll give you that. My honestly, my favorite character was the guy that was helping him out.
The old man helping
Danny,
him out?
the janitor. Like
old Danny.
He just felt like such a nice
sweetest
guy,
guy. I don't
and
know.
he was just trying so hard. Like when he's missing,
Danny, I like you.
right? Yeah,
But get in the fucking closet.
Danny. Danny.
But what I'm saying, like the part where he's looking for him, you feel so bad because you know what's coming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's just looking for him because he's like, man, where did he go? He could be getting in trouble. There could be something wrong with Brian. You know what I mean? He's just looking out for him.
Brian.
And then
You shaved my coin purse.
but he's just such a good character because there's somebody like that everywhere.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So you feel for him, and it's cool that he's the only guy that knows at the end, and he's yelling, it's Brian. It's fucking Brian.
Yeah.
And the way he's trying to get out of the door and
Right.
the SWAT team fucking hits him
Right.
back, and you're like, God, this guy knows. Listen to him. And I just like that whole arc. So
Good.
to me, that's my guy.
It's my
Danny.
guy.
It's my guy.
My guy.
Okay. So do we have a least favorite character?
I think it's Brando because I don't think he needs to be in the fucking movie at all.
Well, you
And
need
he turns out to be a piece of shit.
yeah, but you need that character though. So
Well, the kid to set up the
Right,
the
exactly.
shit. Yeah, but
I don't really have one.
I don't like his character because he's in debt. He's like, how do you think I got this house? You know, I'm in debt to Tony Spaghetti to beat him out. You know,
Right, yeah. You know what's weird though?
My Brando is terrible, but you get it.
Put some cotton balls in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah. The weird thing at the end,
fat from Marlon Brando's ass.
at the end where De Niro goes and sees him, he's like sitting in that pool.
Right, almost kind of like hiding.
What's with the ceiling?
So it's not finished.
Right. And are they saying that because he doesn't have the money?
Right.
Or?
It kind of shows that he's in debt, and he's like, that's when he's like, I can't build a house like this for free, you know?
All right. Because I was just staring at it like, everything else is finished, but the ceiling? That would be like the first thing finished.
It's like his pool area. I don't know. It's weird.
I
He's just like drinking champagne in a robe.
Right.
And
his girlfriend felt a little weird and forced to me.
I like Angela Bassett.
I do too. I think she's great.
You know what? You're right, but I like.
Felt a little bit like
it didn't.
Know.
It was
matter,
almost
maybe.
Yeah. No, to me, it felt almost like they. And this is gonna sound sort of racist. I felt like they put her in there because they're like, we need a black person in this movie.
Well, De Niro was married to a black woman.
Whitewash the film.
But what I'm saying is that's what it felt like.
Need a little flavor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to be whatever, but it just felt like, who else is there? Let's just give him a black girlfriend.
He had that jungle fever in the beginning.
Yeah.
What is that line she said when she like brings him into the door? Like, gonna fuck me.
Yeah. He's like, okay, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Hello.
He's like, yeah. He's like,
I think that was the last scene I watched.
He offers to make.
I see what happened.
He offers to make her food.
You turned
like,
right
or
around.
you could just fuck me. And
Right.
he goes, he does the classic De Niro face. He's like, hey.
Speaking of, he's the same. Well, I mean, like after a certain film,
He's the
series
same
of
in
film, he's
everything.
the same.
Yeah.
He's Tom Cruise in it.
You guys like Heat?
Yes.
I love that fucking movie.
Where's the van?
The van was supposed to be
I
here.
listened to that today.
With Friendster. What's a fucking van?
Shot in the leg.
It's cool. Bleed a little.
Stings, but it looks cool.
I love how he talks for another like 30 minutes and he's just like, where the fucking fuck is the van? Monkey's driving the van. Monkey, are you here?
I know, let's fight.
When'd you learn how to talk?
I taught myself to talk.
Oh, God damn it. Dane Cook.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have a favorite part or scene in this movie?
I really like the science behind the safe heist at the end. I don't know why. I don't know if it makes sense.
I like how he watched the keg fall off a truck. And he
That was
got the
weird.
idea. He probably missed that.
Yeah.
Did you see that part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Did
I
you-
did. I
At
think
what
I
point
saw the
did you
whole
see it?
movie.
I got you.
You were
I'm
probably
not certain, but I think I saw the whole movie.
He probably erupted the same time the keg did.
That's what I was thinking.
But he put the vampire's tooth in the fire thing, right? And at that point, I'm like, wait, what? And then he drills the hole or whatever,
right?
And then puts it in there. I'm like, why is he fucking putting water in the safe?
Yep.
And then that's when that part clicked, and I was like, oh.
You have to explain vampire's tooth to the non. I know what you mean. It took me a second to get it.
When you tap into a line,
right? A water line,
Plumbing
yeah,
or whatever. So I had to put one in to run stuff to my coffee machine upstairs.
You bougie bitch.
I am, yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, like I said,
You're a guy.
I'm coming out of this rut slowly. So.
I'm coming out of this rut. I'm doing stuff. I'm fucking.
Look, the house I just
putting
bought
vampire
has
teeth
it's
wet.
well water, right?
Yeah.
And I've never had well water in my life. It's fine. But
great.
the kitchen sink has a reverse osmosis filter on it.
Good,
Yes.
good. You need that.
Dude,
yeah.
that is the best drinking water I've ever had.
So it's good to drink tap water here and there. Like it's good to do.
It's got
that,
minerals
like,
and shit in it.
Minerals,
It's got minerals and shit.
It's got all these life minerals.
It's
and
good
shit.
for you.
Science.
There's ivermectin in the water. Turn into fucking frogs, Gary.
It's a gay frogs.
I did not see that coming today, but all right. Fucking information bullshit. What were we saying? What was your favorite part of scene?
The worst. We did favorite, and then we did worse, I think.
Oh no, we were on. What was your favorite
were
part of
good part,
scene? Yeah, we got to do scene.
I was
Yeah,
like-
you didn't say your favorite scene.
I'm sorry. Now I'm thinking of my fucking other show that I do. We don't need to mention it or whatever, but like my other co-host is very conservative, and he made homemade ivermectin.
What?
My face right now.
And he swears it worked.
How would he know?
I don't know.
Is he shitting himself constantly?
Dude, it was like grapefruit peels and orange peels and like vinegar or something. Like
Jesus Christ, that sounds like
so.
Some
What
sort
is
of
that
terrible
supposed to
butt
do?
cleanse.
I don't know.
Cure COVID?
Cure COVID. I was like,
Just be healthy.
Seriously. The whole family got it, gave it to them. They all took it. They were all drinking it.
They're drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah, they're drinking
Go
the
down with the
That's
ship.
fucking
They're drinking the
all right, man.
They're drinking the Mectin.
Drinking the Mectin.
My favorite scene
So stupid.
is so he Edward Norton approaches him on the street, right? And
I'm the Brian.
he doesn't like it, so he goes to see Brando. He's like, "What's with the retard thing?" Blah blah blah. And then he comes to his house again, right? And then sends the De Niro sends the henchman to his apartment, and he beats the shit out of the henchman. And he comes back in and he goes, "Hey, I need some damn respect. Stop sending these third-rate henchmen to my apartment."
Yeah, because who really is the the guy? Like, that could be anybody. Like, the
Right.
henchman didn't really seem to put up a fight. Like,
No.
he's just like, "I'll beat you up," whatever. But
Right, he's
Edward
like, if I
Norton's
see your
like,
face
no,
again,
right?
It's
Norton
okay,
just
that's character development too,
Right.
Because no one
Then
really
he
knows
just
how
like judo
badass
chops
he
him
is.
in the throat.
judo chop.
I always want
Austin
to know.
Powers.
I'm sure that has to work to some extent, right? But a fucking judo chop.
Well, if you hit somebody in the windpipe
Oh, yeah.
and they can't breathe,
Yeah, if you hit somebody in the larynx, they're going down.
A lot of times you see people get hit.
yeah,
here,
okay,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they like
in the
faint.
side.
Like,
well, no. So if you hit them in the actual
the blood flow.
yeah, the whatever main artery there,
Oh, your jugular vein?
your jugular vein, that can cause you to kind of lose not consciousness,
Well, what I'm getting
but
about is
silent
the
lucidity.
tangible
Yeah.
ability to do this. Like, has any you
wanna
guys
try?
haven't throat chopped shit?
Yeah, you're right. I
I
mean,
don't think any full grown man has throat chopped anybody.
should
so
we
I'm
just like try to throat chop each other at the same time so
we
it
need
makes
a
sense?
Mythbusters episode.
Let's do it.
on forms of throat chop.
This is funny because I have a Mythbusters thing coming up in the fun facts.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, we got some good ones coming up in the fun facts. Okay, so that was your favorite part or scene there, Brent.
For sure. I know it was long-winded, but when he
really.
beat up the henchman.
Okay, yeah. So my favorite part, and I'm surprised we haven't talked about this yet, is the fact that when De Niro goes and says, "Hey, I need these codes to the hacker guy,"
Right.
And he's like, "Well, he fucking hacked me back and all this shit and blah blah blah. He wants like some money." He's like, "Well, how much does he want?" 50,000. And Robert De Niro's like, "All right, well, make it happen. Let's fucking do it."
Right.
Like, he doesn't even blink an eye.
Right.
He's like, "Fuck it, yeah, we'll pay him 50,000, whatever." And that fucking hacker guy's like, "You're only paying me like $5,000."
Right, yeah.
Well, at that point too, you knew that he already had a number.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So you knew De Niro is like that due diligence individual, and he had a number. Like, you're not going past this, you
Right.
little
Right.
son of a bitch.
Well, he was fit to make $6 million off of the
Exactly.
scepter.
Well,
Anyway.
what's $50,000?
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
He's like, "Fuck it, pay him, whatever." But then I did like the whole park scene because it feels real. Like, these guys have no idea what they're doing.
Right, they're two amateurs.
Right.
You know,
They
so-
show up.
Right.
I got my cousin too. Like,
Right.
that was funny. And the guy's like, I don't even know what that guy was. Samoan? Like,
He
I
was a
don't,
very, very big Italian man, I think, to be completely honest.
I don't even
Maybe
know.
that's why I kept getting confused.
Right. Like, whatever. But I just like the whole setup of that scene and everything. And you could see Edward Norton's character development. Like, this guy is a little whatever. He's got a gun too.
Right.
Blah, blah,
He's-
blah,
You
blah.
can tell
Think
he's a little arrogant. Yeah.
The more I think about it, they did a really good job with these subtle building points for these characters.
I mean, the movie was well written and well directed. There was nothing that like threw you out of the movie besides a couple parts being too long. And I think it's literally them just walking through the sewers like, what are we
Right.
doing here?
That one took a while for sure.
Yeah.
Is it time?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. I guess we'll be like, were we entertained?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That's why I picked this movie. I love this
Sure.
fucking movie.
Look, don't let it fool you. I thought this was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. It was just preoccupied.
Preoccupado.
I was preoccupied. Will we recommend it to our mothers though? That's the big.
Oh yeah, my
question.
mom would watch this movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
My mom's a De Niro fan, I do believe so.
I feel like my mom would fall asleep watching this. This would be like a late night.
My
pick,
mom falls
not
asleep
saying-
to any movie, so
Exactly.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
So I feel like my mom would put this and be like, "Oh, this is a great movie," and then like 25 minutes be like,
And then you're like, "Hey, did you watch that movie?"
"But
Yeah,
it would
was
have been
great,
any
but,
movie. It would have been
right,
any movie."
Right.
So,
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna recommend every movie to my mother unless it's so fucking bad that I'm like, I don't even want to watch it again.
you wouldn't tell your mom to watch Scream, right?
Well, so I'm not even not recommending watching that movie because it's not a terrible movie. It just doesn't do anything different than the 4 other movies have already done.
Right.
You were
So why
disappointed
make
on
it?
a personal
Right.
level.
Yes.
They promised.
100%.
It was like the Fire Festival, man. They promised this big awesome thing, and you got there and you got a cheese sandwich
Right.
and no tent.
Right. It was just, and they talked about doing so much inside the actual movie themselves and throwing shade at other types of movies just to then just be like those other movies and do the exact same thing.
Fucking thing.
So either reinvent yourself or don't make another movie.
Gotcha.
And I there was one thing about that movie that pissed me off above all.
Let's
right?
hear it.
She spent a lot of time in the hospital, right? You did not see near a nurse at a nurse's station. There was no foot traffic in the hospital anywhere.
You're right.
Nothing.
Well, I'm not going to say to be fair, but what I am going to say is if she was being placed somewhere because she was a victim of a stabbing and there's this huge thing and this is big because Woodsboro and the Scream guy, maybe they said, all right, this floor is not going to be available and we're going to keep people on her so if anything happens.
Okay, maybe.
But they don't say that.
They don't say it.
Right.
That's a kind of a stretch, but okay, maybe. But even when she was first admitted,
Yeah.
there was like nobody fucking there.
There really wasn't.
Hospitals
There
are
really
busy,
wasn't.
bro.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
That
Right.
happens in a lot of horror movies where there's supposed to be people there.
And the lights are always flickering for some reason.
You know
like
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, oh yeah, okay.
That vibe.
So when she gets attacked in the break room, you're
Yeah.
going to tell me there's fucking nobody around.
Nobody
There was
in the break
nobody in
room?
the break room.
not
but
a
this
single
is-
nurse is eating a fucking PB&J trying to stay awake.
Right. There's people in there.
Yeah, next time something bad's happening in a horror movie, make sure to go like, there should be people around.
Right.
That happens that I get that vibe.
Like
from a
when
lot of
Halloween
horror
Kills,
movies.
oh my God.
Like when Ghostface stabs the sheriff in broad daylight at her front door
Right.
in the neighborhood.
Nobody's not going to be like, what the fuck is happening? Let's call the police. Also, when were the police going to get there? She is the police. She calls them and they don't even show up.
Dude, she was 5 minutes from home, turned around, called, and it was still another 15. Like, dude, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Worst cops ever.
Right. There's no way that dude's getting up. Well, I guess that's the girl at that point.
Maybe.
Somehow overpowers another dude who's definitely stronger than her.
Right.
Let's not even get fuck that movie.
I can already tell what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right,
hey,
what do we
you know
got?
what? Ooh. The fun facts of the fucking week. Ooh.
Fucking week.
Mm. Edward Norton later stated in interviews that he did this movie solely to have his name on the same poster with Robert De Niro
Called it.
and Marlon Brando.
Called it.
That is pretty tight.
I mean, I would do that.
Right.
If I got the
Well, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like people would buy. I would love to play movies with those two people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be, even if the movie's like, fuck, I don't want to play this. I got to play a retarded guy, but I'm going to be with Marlon Brando. All right, that's fine. I'm Brian.
Okay.
Okay, put me on it.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, exactly. Fuck that shit. This was Marlon Brando's final completed film.
Wow.
I thought a movie that me and this guy really like which is one of the shittiest movies that's ever been made. I thought that was his last role, which is The Isle of Dr. Moreau.
Dude, that movie is fucked.
Yeah, it is. But for some reason, I remember me and you talking about it like, movie's good, but it's so bad. So bad.
Those are like my favorite for whatever reason. Like obviously terrible movies.
That know that they're
they're
bad.
terrible.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think Island of Dr. Moreau knew it was terrible. Again, real cool in the...
Some can be just terrible though. Like
yeah.
bad.
Obviously. But the documentary we talked about Val Kilmer, they go over a lot of stuff in that. And it's kind of cool to see how dysfunctional it was with him filming on the set of the movie.
I know,
and the
right?
director, like, you better turn that fucking camera off.
I wonder how many times that happened because he filmed everything.
Yeah,
Val
dude, I'm
Kilmer
telling you.
literally filmed everything.
Of his life.
It's
you
crazy.
need to watch this documentary.
Wow, all right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally him filming him on Top Gun. Like, behind the scenes shit. Him filming Isle of Dr. Moreau, The Saint, the Batman fucking movie. Like,
Is the
it's
Saint where
crazy.
he's is he a robber in that movie too? Or
Yes.
like a murderer?
Yes.
Something along
I
those
think I've
lines.
seen
It's
that
been a
movie
while.
too,
I've
yeah.
seen
Yeah,
it.
he steals like religious pieces. Or
Okay.
pieces of art, like because he's like an artist.
That is it. Yeah. I remember now.
So-
It's all coming back.
But it's a good
It's all
movie. It's probably
coming back.
my favorite sleeper movie that he does. Like I
Obviously,
mentioned
and then Tombstone.
Yeah.
And he
that one is not. That's like everyone knows.
Well, yeah.
You better fucking know.
That whole thing
I've
at
never
the
seen
end too, where they're out in the West somewhere watching the movie outside with all those people.
Oh yeah, that was
and
awesome.
He's there. Oh my god, that
part
gave
was
me chills.
sad. That part was sad though because it was talking about how they have to go. They get paid to go out and sign things.
Yep.
And how they hate fucking doing that shit.
Well, okay, and they also show
has to do
something.
that.
Because that's how he talks now. He's got a hole in his throat.
Why?
He has throat cancer.
Was he a cigarette smoker or something?
No. That's the crazy thing is something.
Damn.
Whatever. But there's a part in the documentary that really hit home for me, and that's these actors that are going to like Comic-Cons and stuff like that, and they're just sitting there signing whatever for how many people are in line, and those people don't fucking care about them. They're just there to get their picture and whatever.
A lot of people are just not even fans.
Right. They're just going to take that and sell it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a point where he has to go and like I guess throw up or something because he's just
I don't know, chemo?
Something, right? And he goes and lays down for like 2 hours and then just goes right back and people are still like, oh, I'm so glad you came back. Take my fucking picture right now. You know, like it's so shitty. Like,
well, now you're making me feel bad. We're going to go to Fan Fest.
But those are wrestlers, bro. They need those $10 pictures.
They do. And you know what? You're right. They're coming to us, actually.
Exactly. Fuck them.
They'll probably be in a great mood, actually.
Right. And you got to think, these are still working wrestlers. We're not looking at fucking, well, Rhino's still kind of working.
We feel bad, but you're signing your signature on something over and over and over again. It sounds terrible, but you're getting paid to do something.
I never know what she's doing up there.
What's she doing up there?
What the fuck?
My wife's banging. Fuck. I'm so sad you missed that episode, Wally.
Oh, yeah.
Wedding Crashers. Because that
was my fucking
pick. It was your pick and
whatever, guys.
Baba Ganoush and whatever.
I was thinking about your guys' safety.
No, it's all good.
You know, she's not just another notch in the old belt.
It's crazy. During the production, Brando repeatedly argued with Oz, the director, and called him Miss Piggy, the Muppet who Oz played from 1976 to 2001. Brando's eccentric behavior on set, including performance scenes in his underwear, and altogether...
He was always kind of eccentric, though, right? Like,
and altogether refusing to be directed by Oz at
always
times.
In his underwear.
Having co-star De Niro take over with Oz instructing via an assistant director.
Wow.
Damn.
That's fucking crazy, right? Imagine trying to direct somebody and they're just like, fuck you. I don't need this.
I'm not going to do it.
Jesus Christ.
Get out of here, Miss Piggy.
Damn, the day of my daughter's wedding.
Can I get a pie? Can I eat that pie? All right, gun.
Oh, can I have a slice?
Marlon Brando refused to smile in his last scene in the movie, so his ever so slight smile was added digitally in post-production.
Oh, so that's a
when he sees that he got away. Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. There's a whole bunch of shit in this movie that was added that you're like, well, that wouldn't be in there, or, you know, like, why would that need to be done? Yeah, we got it. Like Wesley Snipes in Blade, when he didn't want to open his fucking eyes, they had to make his eyes digitally open.
Super weird, by the way.
That's so tight.
And in that movie, I think
what a bitch.
It was Blade Trinity. It was the third one.
That was the Ryan Reynolds one.
Yeah, he would only
sucking thunder cunt.
He would only talk to the director via Post-it notes. Think about that for a second.
So fucking stupid.
All while trying to avoid jail time for not paying taxes.
Right.
That's so stupid.
How about you not be a cock?
It's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hilarious.
Sometimes I have to remove myself and like that signing my signature all fucking day. That doesn't sound horrible.
No, I would love to do that.
My fucking hand hurts, but you know what? I just got paid.
I wish I had fans.
I just got paid how much money?
Somebody at the fucking pub was a fan, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. They want you to sing happy birthday.
Imagine people coming up to you nonstop, and they're like 30. They're like, I'll give you $50 to sign this.
Right.
Tell me you wouldn't sign it, Steve.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but you got to think every day, all day, wherever you go, people can I get a picture? Give you a picture. And if you refuse,
oh, it's going on Twitter.
Don't you fucking lie to me. $50 in your personal situation, right? You're doing
but okay. But what I'm saying is
for
today,
some reason, people know you, and you go out. You're one time a week, and you're like,
my one time a week.
You get hit by like 70 people, and you're fucking sitting there with $3,500.
Right.
Look.
Smoking cash, and you're just like, okay.
Look.
This was annoying.
Look, Steve today, yeah, that would be fine. But if I was a famous person and literally I can't go anywhere without being, you know, that's like 7-8 times a fucking minute, someone's coming up saying, let me take your picture. And the minute you say, no, I'm good, you're an asshole.
Right.
but they're the asshole who are bugging you to say, no, fuck you, stop and take my picture.
Right.
No.
I just don't like people.
I don't like people.
Did you see? Because CM Punk was kind of getting heat a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's like
airports.
He was like, stop hanging out at airports for autographs from people.
Right.
It's weird, and you're grown-ups.
Also, it's fucking creepy that they know which flight they're on and which gate they're going to be and when they're going to fucking land.
Right.
Would you guys, if it, like the opportunity arose and you saw him just hanging, chilling, would you?
If it was organic.
Thank you. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All right. If I was at like, I don't know, Okada getting sushi.
Yes.
And I see CM Punk, get a table, I'm probably going to take the opportunity. But
see, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to go up and interrupt somebody when they're having a meal.
Okay.
Right? If I'm leaving and he's leaving kind of at the same time and I see him, be like, hey, fuck, you see him, Punk? Cool, man. What's up, man? Awesome. I'm not going to say, you took a picture. I'm just going to be cool with him.
I think the only thing I would be annoyed with is the phone thing. I like people like like doing this.
Right.
Yeah, no,
that would annoy.
No.
That would
I would
annoy
not
the
ask
shit
for a
out of me.
picture. But I would be like, hey, man, big fan. I wouldn't even ask for an autograph.
Right.
But as long as there wasn't food in front of him, I'm not interrupting a meal.
Yeah. Okay.
But if
yeah,
I see him get seated and I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to say hey, at least. But I'm not going to ask for anything.
right. Or walk by like you're going to the bathroom. Is the bathroom over here? Is it? Holy shit, you see him, Puck? Fist bump, bro. And then just keep walking. Sure.
Right. But I've seen hockey players coming in and out of arenas and be like, hey, what's up, man? Like I went to Long Island for a game and whoever the healthy scratches were just walked into the fucking front door of the arena in their suits. And we were like, and it was like, I think Varley got scratched that day and Matty Perot when he was a Cap. And me and my buddy were outside smoking cigarettes. We're like, oh shit, what's up, guys? And they were like, they're really cool. And they were expecting us to ask for something. And we were like, all right, it's like big gulps, huh? Mm-hmm. Cool. And they just kept walking,
Yeah. There's a band called the Arkells, which are very big in Canada. I've tried to.
Of course they are.
They came down here and they played the 930 Club, and me and my wife went. This was some years ago, and at the end of the show, we were walking out of the 930 Club because we didn't care. The person who was closing for them was Lights. I'm not a big fan of her.
Oh, I like her.
Well, we went and saw the Arkells. They were the opening show. Cool. We saw it. We wanted to beat the traffic and get home. Whatever.
Beat the traffic out of 930. There's fucking 900 people there, but okay.
Oh, it's DC on a Friday night. We wanted to get home.
No traffic getting out of DC at night.
Whatever.
Sucker.
We wanted to leave early for whatever reason.
There you go.
So we're walking out and around the corner, and the guys, the whole band minus the singer, are outside either packing up or doing whatever. And of course, my wife's like, "Holy shit, that's them!" And I was like, "Let's not bother them. I wouldn't want to be bothered if I'm packing my fucking equipment up, right?"
Yeah, it
Trust
happens.
me,
It happens now.
It happens. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, so
That shit drives me nuts.
we're walking by and we're kind of
great
just
show.
standing there looking at them, and they're like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, you guys want a picture with us?" Blah blah. We're not saying that. You know what I mean? They're being super nice and whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Well,
if you're offering,
did you walk by and go, "Hey guys, great set, see ya"?
pretty much, yeah.
That's cool.
Right. So then they offered to take a picture. So I took a picture with Tiffany and them and whatnot, and that's cool. That's
that
fine.
was like when we went and saw wrestling or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got Quinn McKay's autograph, and she was like, "Do you want a picture?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna bother you." But
Sure, yeah. Right. But that's different because she's there waiting for someone to come up to her for her signature to buy a picture and take a picture. With them, right? So that makes sense.
You're right.
I'm never really starstruck to the point where I need a photo.
Right, exactly.
I like having.
I'm like, what's up? Like, okay, so speaking of shows, I went and saw what is that Motley Crue parody band? Steel Panther. I went and saw Steel at the Fillmore.
Oh, that's right. You went with Sean, right?
Yeah, we went there, and our way out,
Satchel.
Travis Pastrana and his group of dudes were
like
there hanging out.
That's cool.
With the band.
That
But
makes
they
They
were,
were probably doing so much blow.
but they were walking by, and I was like, "What's up, Travis?" And he was like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Right.
"Cool."
Yeah.
See, that's it. That's
That's
how
all you need.
That's all you need.
was it.
Exactly. I don't want to be that asshole who's like, "Give me a fucking picture,
And
do this, do that."
Kristen's like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Travis."
Don't worry
Pastrana."
about it.
And she's like, "I have no idea who that is." And Ann said the same thing, and then Sean said the same thing.
Oh.
And I was like, "Come on, man!"
Get out of here.
The last person.
He just did a triple backflip on a fucking motorcycle.
Amazing.
The last person I was starstruck enough to get a picture with, it's been a long time too, other than Quinn McKay because she asked if I wanted one. I was like, sure, whatever. Was Alex Ovechkin's dad.
That's funny. And he was like, "Yeah, fuck, let's go."
No, he didn't even speak English, bro. So it's when I was I was a season ticket holder. I was smoking a cigarette, and he always used to smoke cigarettes out of like the VIP entrance or whatever.
That must be cool being like the kid, and then your dad is just your dad.
Yeah.
And people just want to take pictures with your fucking dad.
Right. Fuck cool you.
So
take a picture with me.
I see him and a bunch of other guys come out of the United Jesus Christ, Capital One. And I went, fuck it. I went over there and I said, I waved and the guy was speaking for him. I was like, I just want a picture real quick. And we both hit our cigarettes. And then I was like, cool, thanks. And then,
that's funny.
Oh, man. He's going to end up looking just like that big belly bastard.
It's funny because Ovechkin, he's like Phil Kessel, right?
Yeah.
If you looked at them on the street, you'd be like, that dude is not an athlete.
Right.
I mean, Ovechkin maybe, but he's still getting a little fat now, but he's got that strong fat look.
Yeah,
the dad fat.
He's
it's like the grandpa.
He's country strong, like you can tell.
Exactly.
Like he could go back to Russia and lift a Yugo over his head if he had to,
Do whatever.
Those
but
are the
no,
guys
like
you don't fuck with.
Right.
Exactly. You look at Phil
Get your
Kessel
ass
today,
beat.
and he's like balding. You can tell he's eating 6 hot dogs a fucking like every hour, but he's still one of the fastest players in the league.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Not scoring any goals though.
But he doesn't have to. He's playing in Phoenix.
Yeah, they need to move that team.
Oh, they will. They will. Back to this movie.
Yeah.
This is the only movie to star Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando, the first actors to win Academy Awards for playing the same role, that of Vito Corleone in The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2.
Right.
It's kind of a cool...
It's pretty tight.
Right. There's only 2 people to be able to say they've... Well, one now because he's dead, but to say that they've won an Academy Award.
It's going to be a sad day when De Niro kicks it.
I mean, he's up there now, right? So
he's got to be in his late 70s.
Yeah. I mean, look who just died. Bob Saget just died at 65. Saget. So anybody could go at any time.
He's like, when it comes to like legendary actors,
he's 78.
Top tier.
Wow.
He's got one. Holy shit.
Taxi Driver. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What? He's got one. What?
I'm just. He's got 1, 2.
He's got 6
3,
wives.
4, 5, 6 kids.
Good for him.
Sheesh.
I guess. During breaks, Marlon Brando would walk around the set naked because of the warm weather where the film was being shot.
Dude, goddamn, Marlon Brando does not give a fuck about nothing.
I want to say something. The warm weather in Montreal,
right.
Come on, like, all right, it might get a little hot in the summers.
Speaking of surprising ages, we were
When
talking
did it
Batman.
say it was filmed? Yeah.
Keaton, 70 years old. Michael Keaton, 70 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I looked it up earlier, and I was like, what the fuck?
I'm going to say this real quick. We talked about it earlier. The film was filmed May 31st through October 3rd. How is it fucking warm in Montreal?
I mean, he was just a fat, sweaty motherfucker. A fat, sweaty.
I guess.
Swat fetty.
Swat fetty. Robert De Niro was reportedly the victim of several practical jokes pulled by Marlon Brando during filming.
This guy sounds like he's
got
such
like
a
dementia.
jackass.
I think he was like, dude, he was probably losing his mind.
Well, I don't know because he...
Hi, Marlon
I heard he
Brando.
was
Welcome to
just a dude. I heard he's just a fucking eccentric dick.
Yeah. So
Did I not hear that?
No,
Like, I
you're
thought
right. I've heard it too.
I don't know if I've ever seen another Marlon Brando movie. I've never seen the Godfather films.
What about not Commando? Apocalypse?
Oh
Now?
yeah. That movie had his part in that is very Dr. Moreau-ish.
Yeah, it really is.
Guy's a kook.
But anyways, some of those tactics involved a remote control electronic whoopee cushion.
Oh, the Jonah Hill shitty fart machine.
Does it fill back up?
No. It was probably a
just
fart
sound
machine.
Okay. Nice.
One of those. You get a little squeaker in there.
That's a good one.
That's like a failed silent fart.
Right.
Failed silent. I like it.
That's when you just gotta let it go. Once it starts making noise, just get it over quicker.
Own it. Just own that shit.
Brap.
Most of the tool techniques and tactics used in this movie were authentic and functional. They were suggested or provided by technical advisor Mick Gold.
Oh, Mick Gold.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It did seem very plausible. There was nothing.
That safe scene was like, it felt like it was.
Where he lined up all the shit. I was like pumped about it. Like,
yeah. I was like, this is dope.
Just in the beginning too, like that whole, it was perfect, and I liked how everything fit into that fake, whatever.
Oh, the helium can.
Thank you, helium can.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
And then they took the fucking thing right off of it, and
Perfect.
They're really diligent too. I remember a part where I thought was super like in it was when he was escaping, right? He was like, you got to go. You can't walk past this camera. And he's escaping, but he makes sure to pull the rope so that way they can't follow him.
Well, that and Norton didn't even know about that secondary exit.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
he found it when he was down there looking for the way in. And he was like, oh, that's another way out.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure from the minute De Niro met Norton's character, he was like, this guy's going to fuck me.
Right. And he tried to fuck him.
Yep. Nobody fucks on me.
You want to fuck on me?
Speaking of that, Cody Rhodes hasn't re-signed with AEW.
He's not. Where else is he going to go? He's not going to go back to WWE.
No, but it's just weird that he hasn't re-signed yet.
When's his contract up?
It's up.
He doesn't, dude. He's active. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Getting back to this,
he's holding a title. What's he going to do? Show up on Raw with it?
Royal Rumble's coming up, bro. No. So in Jack's final scene, he is wearing a Baltimore Orioles cap.
Yep.
Edward Norton is from the Baltimore suburbs of Columbia, and he is an avid Orioles fan. He took batting.
In real life?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He took batting practice with the team to help publicize this movie's premiere in July of 2001.
I love.
Nice.
See,
kind of a cool little
Maryland boy.
Merle.
A Maryland boy.
Merlin. Many of the scenes inside the Montreal Customs House were filmed inside the actual building. The filmmakers built some temporary additions and used some CGI to suit their purposes. For instance, there is no elevator that goes down from the ground floor to the basement. Just kind of cool that they actually used the building that's there.
Right.
Instead of making a set or doing something else, which I was watching a video about the new Ghostbusters movie, and if anybody's seen that, you need to watch it.
Good,
so
Wally.
I know.
The house that they go to is a real house that they built, practical for the movie, inside and out. It's not like you pull it apart and whatever. It's a real set. They also remade it inside of a soundstage. So
Whoa.
There's two houses that are exactly the same with everything, and it's like, fuck that. Like, imagine having to literally make something exactly the same, because if you make it different, someone's going to know.
Right.
Someone's going to say, hey, in fucking 15 minutes and 45 seconds of Ghostbusters, that there is different than that.
Yeah, this guy will pick something out of nowhere.
Who?
You.
Oh, sorry.
Specifically.
You.
That T-shirt in approximately 15.
Right.
Well,
minutes.
actually, there's a scene in this movie
See, look.
when you first see Brando and he comes in and he's chugging ice water because he's fucking fat, and De Niro is sipping a scotch.
Yeah.
It's almost gone, and then the next shot it's full again.
Yeah, I noticed that. There. Oh, also, when they're sitting down in
Blows
the
my
rest.
mind.
Yeah, when they're sitting down in
obviously wasn't paying that much.
when Norton and De Niro are sitting down in the restaurant. Wait, I might be thinking of a different. There's two glasses of water. It might not be De Niro and Norton. It might be somebody else.
It's De Niro and Norton. They're sitting up top, right? Right when he tells the henchman to go, hey, go get him.
No, I'm thinking of Cobra Kai. Never mind. I watched Cobra Kai right after it today.
God.
And they're in a restaurant, and two people were sitting there talking.
Ain't nobody worried about Billy Zabka.
Whatever. I take it back. I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to watch season 4. I just don't care.
Both of you tonight have to watch The Gemstones.
No, it's in my list. I put it in my list.
A girl that from
list.
around here played like a prostitute in that show.
Probably.
All right, sure.
No, she used to date Vinny's cousin.
All right. The similar film Heist was supposed to be released in June 2001 prior to the score being released in July. Warner Brothers pulled Heist from its summer release schedule and released it in November because it did not want to compete with this film. The score, however, was more successful at the box office thanks to its release date and positive reviews.
Damn it, Heist.
And Heist was starring Gene Hackman.
What's the Gene Hackman Will Smith movie?
Enemy of the State. It's amazing.
Okay, I love that movie. I couldn't think of it.
Good.
I need to find it. It's one of my favorite.
I have it on VHS.
Just in case you want to borrow it.
Right.
I told you the other
and
day.
And a VCR.
I sat in my recliner now.
Yeah.
Finally paid off.
Right. For 4 straight hours, and I watched the first 2 Bourne movies back to back.
They're not the first
good.
2 are actually
good.
probably the best ones until they got what's his face, Hawkeye.
Yeah, and then they brought him back. Then they brought.
You know what? That movie wasn't bad.
I didn't watch
the
it.
Legacy,
I just assumed
Bourne
it was gonna
Legacy or
suck
whatever.
ass.
I want to see.
It's a different movie, but it's not bad.
They don't have They don't have the last 2 on there though, on HBO Max. They don't have Ultimatum or Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I love those memes. They're some of my favorite memes.
Oh my God, it's Jason, like the fat kid cutting water bottles with a samurai sword. Oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
Michael Douglas was originally attached to star as Nick Wells.
Mike Douglas.
So Robert De Niro's part.
It's the only white boy ever make me moist.
Ben Affleck was offered the role of Jack, but he turned it down.
Simple.
Probably because he didn't want to be Simple Jack in this movie.
Okay.
Ben
I don't think I could do that.
No, you white, you Ben Affleck.
You white, you Ben Affleck. Surprised we haven't done that movie yet.
That's a hilarious movie.
It's really
Role
good.
models?
Yeah.
Role models?
I love
Great,
role models. That's
like-
Beyonce pouring sugar on my dick.
I like your take on boobies.
I like.
The gun is his cock.
He's talking about. Well, the screenplay was credited to 4 writers. The one used was primary Lem Dobbs draft as well as revisions from Scott Marshall Smith, who was on set in Montreal assisting Frank Oz in writing new material when needed.
Old Lemmy Dawes.
Old Lemmy.
What's crazy is this movie was just being written at the time it was shooting.
Well, yeah.
A lot of movies do that.
It's cookie cutter-ish.
I mean, this movie is pretty much paid by numbers.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing that's
They probably just needed to
extraordinary.
shush up a couple things.
right.
You know?
Like, this doesn't fucking work. Do this. All right, cool.
Literally every Ocean's movie,
Right.
triple cross.
This was just Ocean's 2.
with 2, yeah, exactly.
I do like the Ocean's movies, though.
Me too. Me too.
They're not amazing,
I
but
didn't-
I
I
just
never
like
watched-
stylistic movie too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I like
I never
it.
watched Ocean's 8 because I really didn't care for
the women version.
Yeah, why?
I downloaded it and I still haven't watched
Does
it.
that? I don't know if I should feel bad, but anytime anything like that happens, I'm like, ugh. You're
Like I didn't watch.
forcing it.
I didn't
You're
watch the
forcing
last.
it.
That's a meme too. 4 female Ghostbusters. The feminists are taking over.
That movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, it did suck.
George, for some reason, thinks it's good.
No, so
I-
my
It's
son
not good.
I hate
It's
Melissa
not good.
McCarthy
hasn't
so
seen the
much.
old ones. My
Right,
son
he
liked
said
it
he-
without seeing the old
But it
ones,
makes
so-
sense if you're going to watch that movie only.
Yeah, exactly.
And your only comedy, and I'm sure that's his, is that same stylized comedy of quick whips and whatever.
George
where
is supporting women is what he's doing.
maybe, but the problem I have with the new not new Ghostbusters now, but the Ghostbusters 2018 or something.
Yeah.
There's not a serious character in it. It's all funny people trying to out funny everybody. So it just doesn't work.
It seems fake.
Right.
It
If you
seems
look at the
forced,
original
yeah.
Ghostbusters, you had not to say the black guy, but he was the serious guy and he brought everybody down. You had Bill Murray, who was only really the goofy one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Rick
Well,
Moranis.
everyone
was-
served a purpose instead of,
That's what I'm saying.
like
There's
one comedic relief and opposed to like a fucking whole slew of women.
exactly,
fucking
and they're just all
forcing it.
trying to just riff off each other, and it just
Exactly.
doesn't fucking work. So, here's my last fun fact.
There it is.
Mythbusters in an episode put the myth of breaking into a safe the way Nick did to the test.
Oh, with like a depth charge.
Using a thermal lance like Nick, they were able to burn a hole in the safe model, which is the same one, but it took a very long time and several thermal rods. The contents of the Mythbusters safe was burned as well. The safe was not watertight, so they had to seal it from the outside before filling it with water. However, the underwater explosion did blow the door off before the glass relocker mechanism could engage. Based on the safe door becoming dislodged, the past police reports, they determined it was plausible.
Wow. Cool.
That's dope.
And then there you go.
You saw in this movie too.
It's
that,
plausible, so no plot holes.
That what do they call that thing that he used to
The
burn
thermal
a hole?
lance.
The thermal lance. You actually saw it get way smaller.
Oh yeah, I like that it looked
4
real
Right.
and they were doing
and then it
whatever.
was like
And then again, maybe he
Continuity
switched
things, yeah.
while they're looking at the dude in Friendster or whatever.
Yeah, he could have been going through different lances and
Right.
whatnot.
yeah.
And again, it's a movie.
Right.
Let's not. We can't
no,
be
no.
sitting here for 20 minutes going through lances.
Right.
and
We
whatever.
watched teenagers stab each other the other night too. So
Exactly. So the only thing I will say that I didn't like is the fact that once the safe is open, nothing inside is burned.
Okay.
Right? You got to think, if you're burning a hole in something, the minute you pierce through it,
Well,
it's going to be burning shit still.
Well, the only thing I would rebuke that with,
It's in drawers afterwards.
well, that and what they're going after can't burn.
You're right, because it was already trying to be burned.
Right.
Right?
It would
Yeah.
have melted at a certain point
Mhm.
because gold is very malleable and
Yeah.
soft. But
Yeah.
So if they were going for like the Constitution, yeah, sure. It should have burned, but
if it was a bunch of money or something.
Right, a
too.
gold scepter's not going to burn.
Right, but again, it's also in like another set of drawers.
Right,
because
he pulled it out of the drawer and then it had the foam and
exactly. So I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. But that's all I got. So final decision time. Out of 10, we're gonna go to Brent first since it was your pick.
For me, I'm right in line with the Tomatometer and Internet Movie Database.
Sure.
I'm at a 7.
See,
it's a good watcher.
Okay.
It's not a world beater. It's not a piece of shit. It's a 7.
All right. World beater over here, Wally. World beater, Wally.
He's a meat beater.
Meat beater.
Just a
big bear.
Big bear.
I'm the same. I'm exactly the same.
7.
So, yeah.
All right.
One of those. I'd watch it if it's on.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
I think that's what all my 7s are. You know?
Yeah, it's just a nice, easygoing movie, kind of.
It's one of those movies that capture me after maybe 10 minutes. You know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, this is good.
Yeah, I got up, I put the movie on, I watched it. The first, like you said, 10 minutes, I was hooked because I liked the intro of it. I liked that there was stakes in the beginning where, like, he's hiding behind the couch and, like, the girls, even though afterwards the guy's gone, like, fuck you smoked that all night then, whatever. I'm going to go probably masturbate or something in the corner.
A parallel, right?
Yeah.
Is when so in the beginning, he holds that girl up against the wall and says, "Don't look at me."
Right.
Yeah.
And he go to the other janitor at the end, Edward Norton, holds him up against the wall and then tells him to turn around. And I drew those parallels because I think I came in the movie at the same time for both of those.
He came in the movie at the same time.
But that was like a good parallel for those two guys.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Anyways, good.
Sword.
So I like, again, the movie's not like, wow, when you need to watch this movie, right? Like, to me, it's just a cookie cutter, like you said, movie that takes tropes from any heist movie and does what it does. And there's a twist at the end that you do see coming from the start. So that, to me, just kind of loses a little point. You know what I mean? I don't like an on-the-nose twist unless it's going to be so on the nose that you're like, they can't fucking do that, and then they do it anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
I like a twist that's like, oh, shit, I didn't see that coming.
Right.
Right? Or, I don't know. So, or you do the twist, and then you do something else right after it, which they tried to do, right? Which, he's going to double-cross him, but Robert De Niro is like, you sure? You sure you fucking got it?
Right.
You know? And
what do you got? You got none.
Right.
Which
what do you got?
Great. By
it was great, but I saw it coming.
Right,
You know what
of
I mean?
course.
So, like, I didn't. It's a good movie.
Speaking of, was he carrying around that like car axle the whole fucking time?
Yeah, because he knew he was going to screw him over.
So he was carrying that in his bag while he was climbing across that.
I guess.
I mean, he had the bag with him, so what does it really matter? And I did like the part where
he's like 20, 30 pounds.
Well, he's getting ready for what it's going to weigh when he's going back, right?
Sure. Just saying.
I guess, I don't know. The part that like confused me, then I went, oh, that makes sense, is when Edward Norton obviously takes his time for Robert De Niro hanging up there.
Right.
And he's doing that.
He's trying to tire him out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at the end, he can't run after him or whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever. But I don't know. This movie to me could have been better. I didn't hate it.
Right.
But I didn't really like it.
Okay.
So I'm going to give this a 6.
Okay. That's higher than I thought you would go.
I was going to like 5.5, but you know what? I don't like giving half points out there.
We don't half-ass anything around here.
I like giving a full point for some. I like full ass.
We full ass.
We full ass it. So that's going to do it for this episode. But before that, next week is not going to be Vinny's pick. It's going to be my pick.
Why?
Vinny's going to be pushed back a week.
Next week wouldn't be Vinny anyway.
Yeah.
The first episode of the
it would be the first. It'd be the first, right? 29th.
The next episode that is coming out, that has already come out, is the Scream episode. And then this episode
this is going to go, and then this is going to go. Okay.
Right. So it is my pick.
Okay.
It's my pick.
It's my pick. So
What are you
I'm torn right now. I was talking about...
Great Creed song.
Thank you. I was talking about a movie earlier that I kind of said could have been Jackie Chan. It's not shit. I just threw it out there. Jackie Chan-esque.
Oh,
Which one?
Is it with the black guy?
Drunken Master?
Please don't make me watch an old samurai movie.
They're the best. Which one?
I'm not gonna say it. Well,
Are you gonna do Rush Hour?
I'm thinking
That's what I
about it.
was
Maybe. But I got
Rush
another
Hour is
movie.
great.
I love Rush Hour.
I love Rush Hour too, but I don't know if I want to give it away right now.
I love Rush Hour 1.
Now, you know what?
Wayne's World.
No, I'm feeling a movie that needs to happen on this podcast, and it's in line with the three of us sitting here.
Wedding Singer.
No,
That's
but kind of
great.
close.
That's a great movie.
Kind of close. It's going to be a Mark Wahlberg
I'll
movie.
even let you hold the remote control.
Is it Rockstar?
It's going to be Rockstar.
Oh,
I could
Speaking at another chick with a dick.
You're so hot. I could sit here.
So hot.
I could sit here and do that movie right now. Or just keep
I
rolling.
Keep
too.
rolling.
I actively could.
But you know what? I could
These
as
are my
well.
mic stands.
Steel
But-
Panther.
Right, exactly.
Full circle.
Right.
Full circle.
But I want to watch it again.
Steel Dragon.
So it's Steel Dragon.
But it has the guys from that band, right? It has the singer. The singer from.
No.
No, you're thinking
Are
of the
you
Alter
sure?
Bridge.
Yeah.
Alter Bridge is the
I'll
the
trust
guy.
you guys.
Actually, the one they used multiple singers for Steel Dragon.
Well, for the recordings, yes.
Yes,
but,
yes.
But
'Cause
what's
the one
his face?
dude-
Miles Kennedy is actually in the movie.
Right. Miles Kennedy's actually in the movie, but the one singer that did most of the songs for them still kind of tore and played.
That's who I thought was the Steel
funny.
Panther singer. Is that not?
No,
That's
it's
not
not
Miles
him.
Kennedy.
Not at
No,
all.
no.
No.
That's just some random dude from California.
No, it's Zach Wilde wrote all the songs.
Yeah.
And he's actually in the movie. He's in Steel Dragon.
He shaved his beard for that movie.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guitar player. Yeah. So we're going to do Steel Panther cover band,
Steel
Dragon, next week with Rockstar. I'm
gonna get a wig.
Do
and
it.
and some spandex.
Some nice Spanx. What are you looking for?
My phone.
Oh, I don't
So I'm
know.
gonna go.
Whatever.
Ow!
But hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out with
Fucking
us.
love Rockstar. I'm pumped.
Again, we have merch. If you want to buy merch, we have T-shirts on our website at thedecisionreel.com.
We're gonna make some stand up and shout shirts.
We might. It will be fucking great. It might be fine. I want to thank Wally for being on the episode. I want to thank Brent for being on the
And you
episode.
get to see Jennifer Aniston's nips.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Through that sweater.
Yeah. But like I said, next week, Rockstar, it's going to be fun. Hopefully, George will be here again. We're hoping to not have too many people call out just because of certain things. STDs and whatnot, because it happens, it happens, whatever. But again, thanks for listening. Give us a like, give us a favorite, give us a review, do anything you want. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at The Decision Reel. Listen to us wherever you find your podcasts, and thanks. Peace out. Bye.
Peace out, Cub Scout.